Does everyone have a motivation
Yes.
and a fear? I noticed that.
I have a fear.
I don't remember what they are.
Yeah,
My fear
That's
is...
fine.
I've got my motivation and my fear. My motivation is getting the hell out of town, going to Vancouver, and my fear is that I'm going to eventually cave and just become another little Prescott.
I like that. So Zeke's fear is wetting his pants.
That was not put by me.
He has no strengths. He's got lots of flaws.
I didn't sign for Tilo quick enough. Daryl vandalized my Tilo.
He's a smelly poo face who reads dumb comics.
It's in there. It's canon. You heard the DM say it.
Yep.
Whoa, smelly and poo face. Oh no.
That was Zach
bullied
vandalizing Zeke's character.
And then you all
really says more about my character than yours.
All got those in there.
Before we get down to it, is anybody else going to Ragnarok next week?
Yes, I am.
Okay, are you going this Sunday?
Yes.
Okay,
did you need it right?
But the thing is
a bit more
that's
stuff on my description.
That's our next scheduled.
Oh right, yeah.
That's
Can
our
we
next
skip it
schedule.
so I can go to Ragnarok?
Next weekend?
No, 2 weekends. It's the 27th, 28th.
Because next week's Easter.
Yeah,
week after that.
I wouldn't mind skipping a week because I haven't had like a weekend off in a while. Just by not our fault, just like all the stuff that's been going on. So I don't care if we wait a month before playing again.
You're going to Ragnarok?
Yeah, I'm going to it.
Ooh, I'm hosting an RPG if you want. It's not better than this one, but it's still kind of good.
It's no RPG is as good as Kids on Bikes.
Kids on Bikes is the best.
Sorry, you said that was the 27th?
Yes.
Yeah, 27th.
Yeah, that's fine. I have to cancel that weekend anyways.
Oh wow, it's all
okay. So it works out.
Right. Sorry, Liam.
Sorry, Gabe, who totally exists in his real.
Dave.
By the way, are you guys going to Ragnarok? Yeah.
I don't even really know what it is other than
it's basically a
convention.
con.
Like
It's a con.
It shows up on my Facebook.
It is. Do you remember what was the one that they made from?
GenreCon was.
It's
bigger.
It's GenreCon, but apparently GenreCon had some.
The SkyCon. SkyCon was the one that failed, and they reinvented it because they booted out.
SkyCon had some drama amongst
I gotta go change my shirt.
the creator team.
Did I get something on you?
No.
One of the guys was a real douchebag, and they booted him, and they wouldn't let him back in.
And then Ragnarok is the new version of SkyCon, but apparently it's bigger and better. But I haven't looked at their website. Last time I looked at their website, it was just like
The gaming library is pretty sweet.
Yeah. And I'm going to be there.
But I don't go to cons for those. I go to cons to look at vendors.
Okay then. Yeah, don't go.
I go to cons to have panic attacks.
Well, you won't have one at that one.
I think Fate of the Norns is going to be back.
I don't know what that is.
It's a company that makes...
Fate of the Norns is their RPG, very Viking stuff, and he's beta testing a board game on it.
This is a common experience, Liam, don't worry.
What, the sidetrack?
Yeah.
Liam's like, I don't care about Ragnarok, I don't care about this. I want to play my rich little boy.
Has everyone done their trope questions?
Oh,
Yeah.
I got a trope. I didn't answer trope.
Oh, I got
There are trope questions?
Yeah, it's on your character sheets.
I will pull it up.
I do not recall.
Oh no, I probably printed off. Yeah, so if you look at the players.
Oh dear.
This won't take very long.
Okay.
This is like because there's just 2 questions.
So laid back slacker is me.
Yeah,
that makes a difference.
Okay.
It'll only make a difference to me.
So we'll do this very quickly.
Sure.
Laid back slacker.
Yeah.
Now, so the answers to all of the questions that we have talked about, it can either be like in-game public knowledge, so that like whatever Jen knows or like maybe people don't realize that Keith is a comic nerd or
that I'm mowing lawns.
Yeah. So some of the stuff can
Except
be public
I've noticed,
in-game knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then some of it can also be like, this is probably something other characters wouldn't know, so it's private knowledge, even if us as a group are aware of it.
Right.
We got to do our best not to metagame.
Character knowledge, player knowledge kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, try not to... I know metagaming is fun in like Magic the Gathering, but try not to metagame too much in this. Although, yeah. Sometimes it's funny to do that, but whatever. Okay, laid back slacker questions.
Sure.
What do you think of people who try much harder than you do?
They get the work done that I don't want to do.
Fair enough.
They're handy to have around. That's how you get your homework done.
Okay. What are you willing to go the extra mile for?
Pop-Tarts.
Famicom.
Alright.
Get myself a Japanese import Famicom. That would be pretty sweet.
Alright.
That's pretty ambitious.
That's what I would go the extra mile for. It would take an awful lot for me to go the extra mile. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, loner weirdo.
Yep.
That was very nice.
Why are you happier fending for yourself?
Because then I'm not just... I know I'm doing it. It's not my name or somebody handing me shit. It's me.
Okay. What part of the cool kid life do you wish you had just a little bit?
Oh, God. There is no such thing as a cool kid.
That is incorrect.
What do you miss about your previous...
I'm doing a hard veto on that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's gotta be something you miss, man.
The cool kids in our town would have been...
This would definitely be private
sporty
knowledge.
kids.
None of us would know that you would love this, but...
And he was a sporty
Yeah.
kid.
I think this would definitely be a private knowledge.
Maybe you miss baseball.
Maybe you miss your friend Millie.
Yeah.
You know, if I can't go with my nihilistic...
No.
You won't even
embrace the
admit it to
darkness.
yourself, but...
I miss hanging with the team and Millie. It was fun. You know, doing the shit, you know, kicking other people's ass.
At baseball.
Yeah.
All right.
And then afterwards in the parking lot.
Yeah, I do not miss having my nose broken.
That only happened once. But it was a girl.
Zeke,
Yeah.
what's your character?
Scout.
Scout. Who first got you into the Scouts, or more generally, the great outdoors?
So it would be like the village elders that took me under their wing. So not only did they help me teach me the stories, but also just a lot of time spent outdoors. So even though it's not something I've publicized a ton, I have spent a lot of time outdoors making like lean-tunes and
Crap.
making fires and stuff like that out of nothing. Cooking bannock. By the way, has everybody had bannock?
Nope.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's like
Yeah.
3 ingredients. 2 of them are butter. It's so good.
Butter, flour, butter.
Yeah.
A little bit of water.
I think it's butter,
Some
flour,
salt.
baking soda, and salt or something like that. Yeah, I think that's it.
And water.
You used to
Yeah,
do
well,
that
yeah,
in
water,
Girl
yeah,
Guides, and you like roll it into a snake and then wrap it around a stick.
Stick, yeah. I would just like make them and then like turn them into pizzas.
It's a campfire
Bannock
bread.
pizzas. Yeah, it's campfire bread. Yeah.
That's cool.
At the round table, the lembrass is a bannock.
Beat hummus.
That's true.
Just if you want to try it. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
What do you have to give up to spend as much time in nature as you do?
Comic
So
books.
comic books, but there is kind of a constant fight for me to just kind of generally be accepted. So if I am taking some time outside, I'm missing social events with friends or possible friends. I'm missing time with like schoolmates, and so if I go out into the woods, I just know that's more time away from being accepted.
Yeah, on the extremely rare occasion where I am seeking to spend time with him and he's not with me,
Yeah.
that's where I find him. He's just outdoors somewhere.
Yeah.
Just all alone, just doing weird stuff in the woods.
Yep.
Cool. Liam, what kind of character are
I'm
you?
also a really bad tracker. I'm like, this is definitely deer.
What's
This sidekick.
That is a human foot.
the funny sidekick? You are the funny sidekick. What do you do that always lightens your friends' mood? If they're having a bad day, or how do you try and cheer people up? What's your
You steal stuff from your older brother.
I was thinking that.
David, where's my Honus Wagner? I forget what the baseball card was.
No, I wanted to be Ted Williams, but we eventually settled on Gary Carter. Rookie
Where's
card.
my Gary Carter? I don't know. It's true, I don't actually know where it is. Millie has it somewhere, but I'm not going to tell you that part.
I haven't lied. I'm just not telling the full story.
Put it on the back wheel of my bike.
You would. James is going to find that and he's going to be upset.
I didn't.
My Gary Carter!
No, she would never do that to a baseball card.
Now, if it was a Partridge Family card, that's
Or like
what I
a
would say.
soccer card.
Hockey.
All the Leafs go right in there.
Ow.
She hates the Leafs, not me.
What? Me?
Your character.
Oh. No, she hates the Blue Jays.
Whatever.
Well, she doesn't.
She loves the Blue Jays.
She doesn't hate the Blue Jays. She
Oh,
just
that's right.
prefers
Spose. Because the Spose
yeah.
were original.
Yeah. Who just likes Expos. She doesn't have anything
And the
against
poor Spose
Blue
got
Jays.
screwed in the 82 strike.
2 years ago.
Couple years.
Still.
Well,
2 years ago.
2 years ago in game.
Right now.
Yep.
So what's something funny that your character does?
You answered these when you were making your character. You didn't
Yeah.
write them down though.
Do you do impressions? Because impressions would be hilarious.
Or do you do the armpit fart noises we were talking about last session?
Impressions.
Impression.
What 1984 actor can you do an impression of? Or no.
there's impressions
What about
of-
like a
of
teacher
friends.
or
Mork.
what?
He would
Or-
probably have a pretty good
Oh, I thought
Jackie
you meant, like,
Gleason impression.
Mork and Mindy was
impressions of
84, wasn't
other
it?
people.
Yeah, like people we
So
know,
like, what about?
teachers,
Okay,
like
so right
principal.
now, give me the best impression of Miss Whitaker, our third grade teacher, from when we were in the third grade.
Well, he's got her now in third grade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't
Do
ever
your
change.
best, which I mean, I'm making up a random name, a random teacher. So do your best impression of Mrs. Whitaker's third grade school class.
That thing.
What do you mean by that?
So
How does she talk? What,
How does
what
she
sort of
talk?
things
Okay.
does she say?
What teacher
What's her
at your
catchphrase?
school do you guys all make fun
actually, wait
of?
to better warm up for that. Do an impression of your mom.
No.
Try to sound like your mom.
He has some self-preservation skills.
It's like this. I'm Jen, blah, 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 blah.
I'm Jen. Blah blah blah.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
That is a spot on.
Can you do
Daryl
any
impression.
other?
This is what-
Whoa! I had my eyes closed. Who was talking there? Can you do an impression of anybody else in the town?
Maybe.
Yes.
Do an
So
impression
go
of
ahead.
your older brother.
Yeah, do your impression of your grouchy older brother.
That
What's
does
some of the
make-
things he says, though? What are some of the things
No,
he says?
those are the things he says because
Yeah.
he just doesn't say words.
Yeah. I'm so sad. Life sucks.
Where's my cowboy hat?
my favorite black shirt.
Yeah. I'm a vegan now.
No, I would never be vegan.
I'm a level 3 vegan. I don't need anything that casts a shadow.
Alright.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
and
Do
the
a Scott
second
Pilgrim
question?
on it.
When does being in the sidekick role frustrate you?
I don't get to do decisions.
People don't take you as seriously. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
decisions.
is one of my.
That's the one that you wrote down, right?
Yeah, flaws, not fear. Flaw.
But yeah,
Okay.
as a sidekick,
Yeah,
you're not in charge.
That backs it up.
Good.
But
Science
I'm pretty
checks out,
smart.
Yes. Please make sure you do lots of impressions at any time it deems it appropriate.
Or inappropriate.
Yeah, that works too, yeah.
Especially when it's inappropriate.
It's going to mainly be him.
That checks out. It will probably mostly be your older brother, especially if you're hanging around with him.
Jen, what's your trope?
I think
Roughly.
roughly I would say the brutish jock.
Brutish jock.
Yeah, it is, or just the unbrutish jock, maybe.
Why do you get satisfaction from being good at the sport ball?
Good at the sport ball.
All the
Just
sports.
just being as good as any of the boys.
Or
Proving
better.
that she can, yeah, or better. Proving that she can be just as good as boys.
I can compete at that level.
Alright. What does your involvement with sport ball keep you from doing that you wish you could do?
Nothing. Sport
Nope.
is life.
Hard veto.
No, I was thinking about, I don't,
There's got to be something else you
I
want
was
to do.
trying to think of
Just
maybe
enough
there
time
was
for it.
some secret, like, girly fantasy that she had that she's, like, really stamped and, like, stomped into the ground.
She doesn't want to even admit it to herself.
Dressing up.
Or maybe just
Makeup?
having friends who are girls. Like she hangs out with
That's a good one.
with all the sports teams and stuff. And she doesn't have any, especially. I mean, she's 14 and she's like,
Well,
you know.
hopefully Gabe makes his character a woman so that you can have another lady friend.
You hear that, Gabe? Who totally is real?
Gabe just texted me. He said yes.
I must have an invisible
I'm just
phone.
so sad that he's not allowed to play Soup Can Dan.
I understand it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
there's
Super
already
Oh,
Yeah,
especially
man,
since
the
he's
story
coming in
for
as
Soup
as a mystery character.
Can
We'll
he
see.
can he be our talking dog?
Rufus.
That would be.
He gave us Rufus, the powered canine.
Rutrow.
That would be pretty entertaining. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go over some additional rules
Oh,
that are not
Housekeeping.
in the book. Actually, they're in. Anyone that's got the deluxo version will have these rules. But if you, as the players,
Do
went
have
through
the
the GM only modules,
No.
for shame.
Yeah. I
Uh,
wanted to. It's like half the book. I'm like, ooh,
okay,
pretty pages I can't read.
Well, you know what?
I know, right? It's like
What?
literally half the book.
I know.
Like, wow, that's a lot of.
But then you don't have to buy a separate
Then you
like
should have been running that for
DM manual.
Well, so they like the regular edition doesn't
No.
have the
They don't want anything
Like the
that
softcover
esoteric
version
unless
is
it's the
just
actual
rules.
Okay.
creators.
and then they released it's like $20
I want to run drag.
for the print version,
Please.
but it's like they're
Jenkins
basically
has-
doing
that's
all
your
their
You
Oh.
pull it out.
accessory
Is that
modules
a-
as like
okay.
comics. So it's
It falls
called
already down.
Strange Adventures, not
Hmm.
issue
Okay,
one,
that's different.
Yeah.
Oh,
which
Yeah.
collects all the modules that were written for the Kickstarter.
right, all the the other authors. Yeah, yeah.
They're fantastic modules, though.
I wouldn't know. I didn't read them.
Okay,
And
so
he approves of you not reading.
yeah, you do not get foreshamed.
Cool.
So there is a cold exposure rule.
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw you put that up on the Trello.
It's in Trello for those of you that are in Trello.
For shame. Keith again.
Sorry.
So the
Why
long
is Liam not
because this
getting
takes
foreshamed?
place in the Northwest Territories,
Because you said you'd
Northwest
do
Territories?
his stuff and
Yeah.
put it in.
and because we're starting the game roughly in
I forgot.
end of summer, early autumn, it cold.
It's cold.
So the longer you are outdoors,
Without adequate protection.
you will slowly ramp hypothermia, and as that happens, first any physical stat checks will start dropping, and then eventually, like any sort of mental stat checks will also start dropping, and I will just keep track of length in Scratchpad.
Cool.
Naked Downside Dance Party. Who's with me?
Nope.
Polar bear dip.
With real polar bears.
This comes from something that Hyper RPG we're doing. Hyper RPG is a Twitch actual play channel.
Live play. Yep.
And so they did a run through of Kids on Bikes. And something they did at the beginning of each session was like a Dear Diary sort of recap of the previous sessions.
Doing the journal.
So we are going to do that. It is like told from the perspective of your character, not you. Sort of, it's not your like game notes. It's how you think your character would remember like the last week of events. That is a good opportunity to, if there was something in the last session that you weren't super keen on, right? Maybe your character just like you don't remember that thing happening, right? At the end of every session, we can, if there is like time in the day, we can sort of chat about the things that we as players enjoyed. But yes, at the beginning of every session, there's going to be like a Dear Diary. Last week we did all this fun, weird stuff. And then that leads into a sort of an additional thing that doesn't exist in the rule book, and that is if you need to be absent as an actual player. If you can't make a session, the next session that you do come out to, we will have some reason for why your character was not able to go on the adventure.
Can I
you were
make
family
sure
vacation,
that is
you
done
were
by the
sick.
DM and not
I was
Yeah,
stolen by a bear.
Daryl is going to make some horrible thing up about
Zeke
me.
spent his whole week eating poo.
You're shoveling handfuls in. At one point, he was more poo than man.
So the way it'll work is you're absent if you know like for example, half of you are going to a dork con in a few weeks. So if you know in advance that you can't make it, we can like specify up front that, you know, oh, me and my family are going to Florida for a week for Christmas break or whatever it happens to be. And then we'll deal with that in the story. If you're sick that day, whatever, when we get together again, you as your character, for like your character's Dear Diary, will basically like you as a group are back together again, and you'll be like, oh man, I had the flu and I had like vomit coming out of my nose and my ears and or whatever you want to do to explain why you were absent.
I broke an arm.
And then the part of the Dear Diary system will be to catch up that player on what happened.
Yeah.
So obviously there will be a bit of like untrustworthy narrator there because you're sort of relying on like 5 hours of gameplay being condensed into like 4 or 5 tweets.
Right. And depending on how fast I get with the updates, you could just listen to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, maybe.
Or
Or that.
Yeah.
Or you could listen to our own recordings of the the other thing is this is a rule called team brewing. This comes from a different system entirely. And this, because this is a story game, this isn't so like in D&D or Pathfinder or whatever, typically the GM tells a story, whether that's their own homebrew nonsense or like an official adventure module.
Yeah.
And then the players basically just play inside that existing story. Because we spent so much time building a world and creating our characters and everything that goes into what is this place called? Owl Station. The players are equally important in the actual storytelling. The GM's role is effectively to facilitate fun and some larger picture things, but then the players get quite a bit of narrative control.
Yeah. Especially if you succeed on your dice
And
rolls.
so part of that is I'm going to offload a lot of like background. So in the example, like if this was D&D and Jen was like the only orc on the team, I would make her wholly responsible for like driving the history and culture of orcs, or her specific tribe within the orcs.
Comparing girls to orcs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Everyone gets a soft veto on like, you know, if it gets a little bit ridiculous, then we can sort of pish posh about it. But the responsibility of that specific chunk of thing that you bring to the table is like turtles all the way down. You will have full ownership of specific chunks of backstory.
Alright.
Because we are a regular game group of gamers outside of this game, I feel like we kind of already know what our sort of boundary space happens to be. However, we are going to use a safety tool called the X card. The X card is we don't have any cue cards right now, but again, we are friends, and we can just use the coasters. If you are uncomfortable with a situation, you just raise the card or touch it, and we just sort of back up and erase that bit and carry on going forward.
And Daryl has given us an X card.
It can be anything. It will not be discussed unless the person who raises the issue wants to sort of pause the game and then just talk privately about it or talk about it as a group.
We can cut stuff out of recording too, if it needs to be.
Yep.
Depending on what it is, it could be interesting just to show people how it works.
But
But if it's something serious,
player preference
personal,
vetoes everything. So.
Yeah, and so there are a lot of different safety tools for gaming. People like this one because a lot of the other ones sort of require upfront knowledge of things to avoid, which is kind of difficult if it's just like not something you think about generally. Whereas this one is, if it happens, you just raise the flag, and then we back up, do some editing, and then carry on going forward. The actual rules have a thing that the GM is supposed to read. So I will just read it because it does make it a little bit less serious, even though it's a very serious rule. So I'd like your help to make this game fun for everyone. If anything makes anyone uncomfortable in any way, just lift up the card or simply tap it. You don't have to explain why, it doesn't matter why. When we lift or tap this card, we simply edit out anything X-carded. If there is ever an issue, anyone can call for a break and we can talk privately. I know it sounds funny, but it will help us play amazing games together, and usually I'm the one who will be X-carding to protect myself from all of you. Please help make this game fun for everyone. Thank you. There is, in Trello, there is the creator of this tool has like a huge Google Doc that goes into a lot of examples. and there's a link for that in Trello. Yeah, those are all the...
Are you trying to ask a question?
I'm just stretching
Okay.
and fanning myself at the same time.
I understand it's pretty intense heat out there.
Do we need to open the window?
I feel like you're fanning some potential bum wind.
That's why he's in the corner by himself.
What? Bumwind?
What do you think bum wind is?
You having a fart over there? Are you farting? Stop farting, David.
But yeah, that's so disgusting.
No, that was a fart.
Again, Keith is not making these noises with his mouth.
There are carryover elements from social session.
Running joke.
Well, I just gotta stop farting in my sessions and we'll be okay.
Kids on Bikes.
Never happened.
Brought to you by Fart Jokes.
I gotta find a sponsor gift for that now.
I'm sure there's a few good farting gifs on the internet.
Like a butt.
No, Beano.
They're new Uber farts. It's like Uber Eats, except for someone comes to your house and then farts and then leaves.
That doesn't sound like something I want to purchase.
I don't know, man. You didn't think you wanted Uber when it first came out either, but
I don't. I have a car. What I want Uber for.
Sometimes you're drunk and you want somebody at your house to fart, you know?
Or to fart at somebody else's house.
That's
That's how
the
I
worst.
think it would work.
Ah, okay, so like
You
somebody
hire
picks you up, drives you to somebody else's house, you fart and then you come back?
No,
It's
you
safer.
you order someone else to go fart at someone else's house.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that'd,
even-
They.
that'd be awesome.
Order
Hello, can I help you?
This is for you.
By the way, if in 2 months from now we see Uber farts, I want a cut, alright? You know?
The drivers have to constantly be eating onions just because, I don't know when they're going to call, but they might.
Why
Just talk to
onion?
somebody, be like, it's just a living man, you know?
Why onions, not beans?
Onions make you fart. Beans, I guess, also make you fart.
Beans are tasty.
Onions?
Neither of
Beer
those
and
give me
onions.
gas.
Beer and onions as a combination.
Maybe onions is just me. I'm going to cut this. No. I try to reduce the amount of onions that go into the food I eat.
I get it really bad with Brussels sprouts, and I have Brussels sprouts in my meal prep. So.
Yeah, but
Brussels sprout, yeah. I
And-
guess
and
I just have an iron
And
stomach.
protein, because I take protein shakes, and I get really bad protein farts. Like, they're
Yeah,
bad.
but
That's a thing, though.
your
That's a
job is
Yeah,
the
that's a
job
thing.
where you can stink all day.
Bodybuilders
So,
or anyone that's on like protein are gassy.
Fun fact, I had to kick somebody out of the gym, like suspend their membership, for farting too much around members.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
like purposefully?
Like, purposefully. Yeah, like, there was multiple complaints, like, he came over, crop dusted me, and, like...
I know someone who was bodybuilding, like seriously trying to practically double their weight.
Yeah,
And all they did, like, they would just eat chicken.
yeah,
So they'd like go to the store and just buy like a whole
yeah.
cook, and then just those all they smelled so bad.
Just pure chicken farts?
It's like
Yeah.
chicken, broccoli,
Like,
brown rice,
yeah.
tuna.
It's,
That's my
like
diet
the-
right there.
they had like
I meal prep, like,
Yeah.
every Sunday.
Zare's chicken, like
Poor
hot
Liam.
deli chicken farts, but then
Doesn't
like
care
their
about it.
body just was like, you know when you eat like a lot of like onions or garlic and your body just like oozes like your new aroma
It's like
is
you
garlic.
sweat. You like sweat garlic.
Yeah, like imagine sweating like
Chicken.
Zare's barbecue chicken.
No. I lived at like Islington and Finch when it was like a super Italian neighborhood, and going on the TTC in the summer was a brutal experience
Why?
because everybody was
Excreting
getting
garlic.
sweating, and because
Yeah.
of diet, I mean,
To be fair, by today's standard, going on any TTC is brutal, just because
Yeah.
the system.
That's-
Alright. Kids,
Yeah.
How do we kick off an adventure like this?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, so all of us like meeting up somehow.
Do we still meet in a tavern? Is that a thing?
Yeah, right.
At the milk
An
bar.
adventuring tavern. Yes.
At
Um,
the
the
pharmacy.
Milky Vague bar.
Yeah. Do we want to discuss any of the rumors?
I hear Zeke is a smelly poopy.
Zeke has no friends. That's not a rumor. That's just true. Zeke's mom thinks it'll get better when he goes to college.
Yeah, the one who's most promising to get out of this town is Zeke, not James.
Well, Zeke gets like a special scholarship for being like scout oriented and, you know, keeping native languages alive. Some government grant, so you can go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Leave the people who call them poo eaters. Many years in the future, when Zeke is 40 and has 2 children, he still has night terrors about being called a poo eater. His wife wakes him up. Zeke, it's okay. Do you have the poo eater dream again? Stop calling it that!
I'm definitely going to be writing that one down.
No!
That one is going to come back in like 3 or 4 episodes as the powered character something or other.
We stumble upon
poo-eating Dreamwalker.
We end up in some mystical thing where you have premonitions of the future. Everybody has like some profound thing that's involved with kids and stories, and it's like Keith's eating poop or Zeke's eating poop. And
Keith's eating poop. I like how you couldn't avoid that Freudian slip there.
Yeah. Told you that in confidence. Oh, it's a real thing. I see a doctor about it. Poo doctor. Alright, we're apparently all still kids because we're laughing poo jokes, so...
I
We
mean,
just have to be kids on bikes.
if you can't laugh at a good poo joke, I don't know if we can be friends.
We're friends?
Well, I've got news for you. I can laugh at a good poo joke.
Yeah.
I can't.
Fart jokes are a very important social icebreaker, I feel like.
Is that how you make friends?
They unite us all.
You just go to the movies and while the trailers are showing, you're just like...
Once again, if Derek's not using it, doing that knows by his mouth. Aha! You can play at this game!
Put my cat down, man.
Don't get it.
You're the perfect age for fart jokes, Liam.
Ha ha ha.
Okay, well, I guess we will start. We will start.
Have we started?
Yeah, we're
Cool.
starting right now.
Punch Zeke in the face.
So
I don't do
It's
that.
9 o'clock.
It's...
Oh,
it's not.
I had to replace the battery in his watch, so it is not.
It is
It's
definitely
9
not.
o'clock.
2.
Okay.
It is quarter after
It
2.
is time for you to go to bed. It's school night.
Why are you up this late?
So for the benefit of
Press the sync thingy.
your YouTube viewers
The podcast.
My brother.
and me,
Okay.
I will
Thanks.
We got a hard
quickly
finish.
read over
Okay.
the setting, and then I guess we will get into her. So it is 1984 in the small village, population 1,200. That's village, probably.
Probably.
Small village of Owl Station, nestled in beautiful northern Canada. Short drive north of Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. Owl Station sits on the northern edge of Prosperous Lake, a main attraction along the Ingram Trail, well known for fishing monstrous lake trout. May have been a keyword there. A small community with a population of 1,200 1,245 permanent residents, and roughly an equal number of tourists most of the year. The closest big box franchise type stores are located in Yellowknife. The main stretch of road between Yellowknife and Owl Station is not paved, better described as a big path. And during winter months, which we are slowly coming into, require specialty land vehicles. Things with cool tracks.
Hover bikes
and DeLoreans and
Dog sleds.
Dog sleds. Things that look like
And airplanes.
tanks, maybe.
Tanks.
Okay, Yellowknife has two major tourism trails, the Ingham Trail going east of the city and the Frontier Trail, which is a fully paved route going south to Fort Providence, which is a kind of large city on the Mackenzie River. It's a popular destination for the Northern Lights. You can put in like sound effects where all the important...
No, you did fine.
Yeah, okay.
He approves.
Sometimes at night you can hear an owl's call.
Yellowknife is a fairly diverse city, as in the mid-'80s and earlier, it was largely a industry, so you would go there for mining or whatever, so there were a lot of immigrants would go there for work. Probably earlier in Canadian history, it was not quite voluntary immigration and maybe a bit more forced. So Owl Station, because of its proximity to Yellowknife and because it was originally a military installation, has a similar diverse demographic. Owl Station, like all small towns, started out as a support system for a singular industry. Owl Station comes from a decommissioned R&D military site in that started in the probably early 30s, when the USAF and the RCAF were testing long-range radio for incoming ballistic missiles from Russia, which would have been part of Cold War. In real life, they were starting to test that stuff sort of at the end of World War II, when Cold War paranoia started happening. It's a real thing. It's called the DEW line.
Yep.
Big giant line of radio bases that monitor for incoming missiles from Russia.
What's DEW stand for?
Distant Early Warning System.
Distant Early
There we
go. We are going to imagine that the military facilities started testing in the 30s to make the town a little bit older.
Okay.
And that gives us a little bit more room to play around with silly military kitsch. The radio station has been decommissioned, like most of those radio stations, since roughly the 60s, so it's been offline for somewhere between 15-20 years. So your parents probably remember it being operational. It is all before you, because you are all under 15.
14,
Correct.
14,
13.
13, 11, 8.
In the 15, 20 years since, because of the northern lights.
Sounds like a UFO.
Hey,
That's what they actually sound like. Have you ever been out? You guys like all just YouTube like Northern Lights sounds. That's what comes out. Yeah.
It's just Derek.
You made all of them.
Yeah, right. Because you get a good solid nighttime view of the northern lights from Yellowknife, and also being slightly outside of the city, you get even better view because of less light pollution. Owl Station has had a bump in tourism, and that is sort of the industry that Owl
bump
Station
is-
is starting to lean on now that the military situation is.
Is that more than we would normally see in the summertime?
So there are two sort of northern lights, or like aurora viewing seasons. One happens to be sort of like at the beginning of summer, and the other is sort of mid fall, and so you get peak tourism between the two.
Yeah.
Or during those 2 points, and then standard level tourism.
So yeah,
throughout.
so you said we're seeing high amounts of tourism, like higher than we would normally see for the time of year, I'm guessing.
So no, you're not seeing like tourism is increasing,
Okay.
and the town
in
is leaning into that industry because
Okay.
there's no military industry to fall back into.
Got it.
So that's how the city or the town is trying to keep itself in existence is
Tourism.
by selling Owl Station T-shirts at overpriced general stores and other.
With cool slogans on them,
Sure.
like
Come to Owl
Like,
Station.
come to Owl Station.
Wow, who thought of that
come
one?
to Al.
No. The T-shirts are the 14 AV Club covers.
Ooh.
12.
No, I thought there was 14.
There might
Like
be
all
some,
consecutively on one T-shirt.
there might be some
No,
variant
no.
covers, but
So the AV Club is making
yeah,
tourism T-shirts for the town.
yeah, man, these 10-year-olds are
They're a
Industrious.
burgeoning industry.
I tell you, they're time travelers.
they're like taking over the whole design scene. And
How else do they know so much about what happens with the Tragically Hip in coming years?
Right.
No,
R.I.P.
Gord Downey was
Maybe it's
actually,
Gord Downey. Gord Downey's a member of our AV Club. He's just writing down lyrics.
He's going, I like that line.
There you go. There you go.
It's like their one and only subscriber. It's like, oh, I'm writing this down.
From Kingston.
Yep. So that's the town. Interestingly, the autumn aurora season about 2 months earlier than normal.
Something wrong with the sun.
So now there's not going to be tourists coming because they'd be like, oh no, it's already happened.
It's true.
So how do we get everyone together?
That is a very good question.
I will come for anything. Attention from people.
Is there maybe like a town festival that everyone's just going to sort of be at?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do?
It's a town meeting about how to get people.
I would not be in town meeting.
I don't think any child would be at.
The floor recognizes Zeke.
Oh no, because all the parents would be at the town meeting.
Oh right,
all
and
the
so all the
kids
kids would be in like
would
the
be
playpen.
Yeah.
The 14-year-olds and the 8-year-olds are together in the same playpen.
Yeah. So
What
we're
a
gonna
drag. We got to babysit.
start It's probably 7 p.m. at night on a Saturday. So yesterday, but also it's going to be maybe like
35 years ago.
35 years ago.
So super duper duper dark.
But also August.
Well,
So super
August.
duper dark.
August.
Super duper light.
No, it would be dark. It
Yeah.
would be dark.
Just
It would be.
No.
It would be.
north up that far north. Yeah, don't forget short.
Don't they have extremely long days?
We're starting to flip over.
Hang on, we have the internet. I can make sure our games are historically accurate.
We don't want to have all those comment bombs about us being inaccurate.
Oh yeah,
right.
My brother, the only viewer, looking up everything and then commenting on the bottom of the video.
you're saying it was dark at.
Wow, that sounds just like him.
It was actually 9:05 that year. That specific
edit
day.
mark here.
Because of the Tropic of Capricorn?
Capricorn? Do they like eating corn?
Because of you get above a certain.
Capricorn is a zodiac sign.
Oh, what zodiac? What's that?
It's a very interesting superstition.
Right. Okay,
Some people believe
so,
that their behaviors are conducted by the stars in the sky.
And there's certain constellations, and as you cycle
Yeah.
through the year, there's
Basically,
12 different houses.
when you're dating in a couple of years and somebody who you find is pretty goes, "Hi, I'm this sign," you just say no thank you.
Yeah, back away.
That's the moral of the story.
I'm Brittany
They
and
say
I'm a
what?
Sagittarius.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
I'm
married,
Liam and
but I
I'm
don't
not
care.
into
I'm Liam and
say
I'm
what?
leaving.
Yeah. So.
I'm the Fendor and I'm here to save you.
We would roughly be in. So the days are actually quite a bit longer right now.
Okay.
Well, la-di-da.
And so we would sort of be in. Well, I want to say it's going to look kind of like it is right now.
For all those listening at home, it looks
It is extremely.
Dreary, rainy weather.
So it's going to be like sort of like a maybe like a 5 o'clock for us right now, right? So like it's technically beginning of twilight, but there's still
So sunset?
There's still a lot of weather.
sunset's not going to happen for like another 2 hours,
Ah, that's my second guess.
right? So when it's like sort of 6 o'clock here, that sort of light level.
Okay.
Okay. So 7 o'clock at night.
No, I wrote 9 down.
Oh, sorry. It can be 9 o'clock at night.
No.
Well, no, because I feel like some of you would have bedtimes coming up if it's 9 o'clock at night already.
I think I'd
Maybe him, and I'm kind of like,
No, I have Piano Man in my head.
So 7 o'clock at night on a Saturday, end of summer. You are at the
hash house?
the flea market or the night market, which takes place. This is like a giant, like, not giant if we're in a small town, like there's craft vendors and
Almost like a Nuit Blanche kind of style where it's like a nighttime thing.
yeah, but not just art. So
Yes.
there's crafters, there's food vendors.
It's more like
there's
a red
same
fair,
things.
but not as nerdy.
Yeah, where you can buy soap and like candles.
yeah, like a one of a
Can
kind
I
show
try
type thing.
to get
so good.
some food out of what is it?
Do you want some food from the
Yeah.
Vendor,
thing?
but like try
Did
to
your parents give you any money?
no,
Well, then there's your
Yes.
answer.
So
just shake it like
food out of the
Oh,
way?
he means like a vending machine.
There's no vending machine.
No, not a vending machine.
No,
Like a
it'd
vendor
be like
meaning
guys
somebody
in
sells
booths, like,
Yeah.
or the equivalent of a food truck, except it's wood.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
Yeah, so there's going to be like a whole bunch of tables everywhere, and people will have their things on tables.
They might have.
And
They
there might be there's going to be some cotton candy people and some people making other foods and people selling
art prints of the stuff they've made.
Yeah, the AV Club has a wicked poster booth there that they're doing screen prints. So you're going to be at the town square. It's a circle. There's an ice rink in the center for most of the year. And then in the summer, the entire square that is a circle is used as a farmers and arts and crafts market.
Not a pool.
That is, and you are all there, sort of independently, maybe hanging with the people that you already know, but you all sort of are there.
My parents have ditched David on me.
I'm probably hanging with Zeke.
Oh no way! I'm hanging with my parents. Mom, hey, there's Zach from school. Can I go? Can I go hang out with him? Please, Mom. Yeah, just make sure you don't go too far. Hey, Zach, it's me, Zeke from school. You remember?
I don't remember you at all.
No. We had those classes, and remember in gym class when they were picking people, and then I was the last one to get picked. Remember?
I needed
was
to
on
know.
your team. No, we played soccer, baseball together. Remember?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
We know
Hey.
each other for years.
Yeah. Can I hang out with you? My parents said I could.
Sure.
Hey, just a question for you, Zach. Do you like comic books?
Have we already got past that point in our relationship where I know he loves comic books?
I think he just
Anyway,
uses that
I
as
have
his
to.
opening.
I just got the new feature of Galaxy Defender Man. You should come over to my place and read it sometime. It's really cool.
You don't just have it on you?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, maybe.
But I don't know. Whatever you're doing Sunday, maybe you should come over.
Oh, I'm running in a race.
Gotta mow some lawns.
All of Sunday.
Okay, well, maybe like Monday after school or something.
Man, that's real far away. I don't like to make plans.
Okay, well, I'll remind you on Monday at school. Okay.
No, you will. You're so unbeatably positive.
Okay, so as you two are
Just chit-chatting.
chit-chatting about Galaxy Defender Man number 4,
4.
Well, like four.
They don't have a lot of confidence in the...
I feel like that one's going to be a limited series pretty soon.
Yeah.
Where in the market are you?
We're kind of not on the outskirts, but like not in the main section. So kind of like the bottom left corner, next to a booth that's kind of selling calendars, where we're kind of more in the way, or not calendars, candles. We're kind of more in the way, where the girl running the booth is kind of more upset about the fact that we're kind of blocking the way for customers trying to look in here and excited about stuff. So she's looking very disapprovingly at us. So.
Go steal from that vendor over there.
Stealing's not really in my nature. You always tell such funny jokes, Zach.
Yep, funny jokes.
That's why I like you. That's why we're friends.
But seriously, go steal from that vendor.
Hey, did you see anybody else from school here?
Yes, everybody is here.
I like you in this
I'm sick of your guy already. The entire town is here.
Well,
did you not hear that man describing everything earlier?
well, I mean,
Great,
you know
break
me.
the
I don't.
fourth wall.
I know you. I don't really know anybody else in town. I figured maybe you can like introduce me, and maybe like we can hang out with other people. I gotta like shuffle my feet, kick like the little bits of dirt kind of out of the way, making a stupid little pattern the toe of my shoe.
Okay, cool. We are going to cut from this dorkiness, and we're going to jump over to not Millie Bobby Brown, but another Millie.
Just Millie.
Just Millie, and find out what she's doing at.
Millie is
night
with
market.
her dad. They have a booth and they're selling homemade fish tackle.
Fish tackle.
Like the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
lures.
the
Lures,
fly
yeah,
fishing
lures,
ties and
that's
stuff, yeah.
Okay.
lures, like fancy, like homemade.
So is this
lures.
one of the things that you enjoy? Is making like fishing flies and putting in like the little feathers?
Yeah,
and...
Millie enjoys anything that her dad wants to do with her.
That got sad real quick.
Even
I didn't wanna
cleaning
say
poo
anything.
off of a dock.
They don't do that together. They make fishing lures.
So, what kind of tackle do you get?
That's just as far as I got. Ones that look like little fish.
Oh, with the little chain pieces together so they wiggle.
Yeah, like in the the feathers and
Yeah.
like stuff.
I'm gonna roll the check to see if this is prefabricated in China. I'm running a Ponzi scheme over here. Authentic artesian handmade craft. Which is just the same word repeated multiple times. Fishing lures.
So can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
Just a point of order on terms, because we don't want anyone to get angry. We're actually just below the Arctic Circle, which means we're gonna have absurdly long nights. Absurdly long days.
Yeah.
At this point,
Like almost to the point where there are like maybe an hour or two nighttime
Yeah.
in the depth of summer.
the land of the midnight sun.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
An hour of night in
Yeah.
the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody has blackout curtains in their homes and stuff like that. Otherwise, you just can't.
Except the place that I stayed at when I was there.
Really?
Well,
They
had
hated you. They took them down.
Yeah, they needed them for themselves. They had. It was blackout curtain, but it was kind of holy. So
like that corn video.
yeah,
Okay.
So
I mean, it was generally fine. Didn't bother me, except until like the very end when you're like, oh, and you can just see all the light coming through. And you're like, wow, there's been a lot of light.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interject.
No, that's fine.
I guess I did mean to interject. But.
Yes. But yeah, sort of like the nighttime will be like twilighty, not sparkle vampires. But
Well,
you know,
I was
well,
misled about this game.
there goes one theme.
dusk. It will be like
Yeah.
it'll
Vampires?
get dim, but it won't be.
Like when you have a white hair and a black hair in your hand and you can't tell the difference because you don't have enough light for the color receptors to work.
Facts.
Fact.
Da-da-da. So tackle blah what?
So Millie's selling what
like
sounds
lures.
like fly fishing
Yes.
tackle.
Yeah.
Homemade.
With her dad.
Okay. How's the sales going?
I don't know. Why don't we have her do her sales pitch to some random person who encounters
Yeah.
the booth? Who wants to be the random encounter person?
I think it needs to be Liam role-playing the NPC.
Yes.
Right.
You have to be... Liam, can you please be the guy walking up to her booth wanting to inquire about her wares? Please do your best adult voice, too.
You're looking to buy fishing stuff.
I backed myself into a corner because I know nothing about fishing.
Millie probably doesn't know
does.
too much.
Someone's got some homework to do.
I do. I was just like, I just thought of it just now. I was like,
okay. Cool. So we'll come back to you in a minute. Once you do some Wikipediaing on what fishing is.
Well, I know what fishing is.
Fishing
I know,
is
but it's like
lures,
from Hannibal,
lures.
and that's what he does in Hannibal. That's like only like less creepy is how Millie does it.
Is there a
That's
less...
the fly fishing ties that you
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what
So
I
that
mean.
you take actually like fox fur or like
Yeah.
rabbit fur and stuff like that, and you tie it around.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what,
so like
that's what
basically
they do.
Yeah, feathers. Yeah.
That's what they do.
So you can talk to that.
There you go. Cool. So we'll come back to you when we get some sales at your table. I know, that's probably the job of the ref. Let's go over to you and see what you're doing at the night market.
We are doing the same thing.
I don't know, are you?
Like,
Whatever James is doing, David is also doing.
Alright. Alright. So what are you doing at the night market?
Tension is
Can't you do anything? Do I have to? Oh, for God's sakes. All right, look. You said you were hungry. What the hell you want? I got some cash. Like you want some funnel, some beaver tail, or you want some poutine, or what?
beaver tail. I like
What?
oh, beaver tail.
All right. I gotta be nice to you. You were adopted. Let's go.
Hey, you kids want some beaver tails?
I don't. He does.
Zeke, what are you doing with that man?
All right. Okay, little buddy. Which one? Which one would you like? We've got classic, we've got cinnamon, we got apple cinnamon, and we got ice cream.
Ice cream?
You want ice cream? Okay, that's going to be $4.50.
It's freaking 1984.
I said $1.50. I apologize.
That'll be for $1.50.
Or $1.50. It is
Exactly.
the amount is $1.50. For $1.50 is the ice cream one. The foie gras ice cream beaver tail is $4.50 with caviar sprinkles.
Don't forget the gold flake.
The gold flake. Did you mean the regular vanilla ice cream? Yeah.
Give me the Prescott special, please.
Hey, he's just overcharging because he sees who it is. It's like, yeah, it's $4.50, guys.
Come on, your family can afford it. Anyways.
Dude, I'm not my family.
All right. For you, $1.50. I'll give you the normal people price.
Oh Jesus! All I am is normal people. Here's the $1.50. Great. Like, get me. Ah!
Would you like chocolate syrup on that little guy?
Oh, jeez.
Really freaked out for a guy.
All right.
Oh, everything.
You are everything. Well, now
Now we're
$4.75.
Gold flakes.
Everything.
Who's paying for this? You or me?
You?
Then shut up. Take a vanilla and say thank you.
I like chocolate.
Chocolate syrup's no extra charge for you. Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you.
I can see how upset your older brother's getting. Here you go.
He almost broke out into a Joy Division song.
No, Blue Monday.
Anything else I can get you guys?
Therapy. Nah, we're good. Hand it to you and I say, there, you happy?
Yep.
Glad somebody can be in this world.
Oh.
Okay, Eeyore.
Zeke, go steal something from the fly fishing booth.
But that would be immoral.
I know, just do it.
But Captor Defender Man says that stealing is for bad guys.
Would you just go kick off the plot, please?
Oh! Okay.
Listen, you wanted to meet someone at school? There's Millie. She's tying whatever it is.
Alright.
She's
It's time for the
go.
plot now.
So I'm like forcibly pushing Zeke over to the booth.
Hey, Millie. What you doing here?
I'm selling fishing.
Oh yeah, sorry. This is
Yeah.
stupid question of me. So I see that you've got some fly fishing stuff, and I was thinking that maybe I could how much is for the fly fishing this one right here, how much is it?
Well,
$4.50.
that one's $4.50.
Oh, whoa, okay.
$4.55.
So I want to get like a present for my friend, Zach, but I only have like 75 cents. What do you have for 75 cents?
We give you a string of line.
Oh,
just the line.
it's fine.
It's 15
Like a
pound
foot.
line.
Like a foot of it.
You know what? That I think he said he wanted some. So yeah, here you go. Here's all my allowance. Just hand over the 75 cents that I
So
have.
while this is going on, if I'm probably trying to sneak around somewhere to see if I can just like take something, either from a different booth. It also is a good opportunity for me to just kind of like leave Zeke here and be like go off somewhere else.
Is Zach a klepto?
Zach is just looking out for himself, man.
All right. Okay, so we will say that we'll come back to the
Awkward interactions.
awkward purchasing
Teen romance.
fishing line.
I just don't know her very well.
You don't know anyone very well.
What's
I
the
know.
booth? What's the booth beside the fishing?
It's got some like brooches and stuff. It's like not like expensive
The
stuff,
one
but like
across is the beaver tail one.
it's like they
Like,
got some like
right
crafty, middling to low expensive crafty stuff.
Okay. We will say
Mm-hmm.
that
That's what I'm gonna send.
we gotta figure out, first of all,
There's a glowing orb on the table.
we are going to, well, first of all, we gotta see how good you are at
He's good at fight, I think. Probably not.
I think we said
Now, you were
stealth
flight.
stuff is in flight, right?
yeah. Yeah, that's gonna
Don't
be
you
a
have
flight.
Aren't you a kid?
No,
So you have plus. So
We
it's
are gonna
20 plus
say
one.
you have that
that-
unassuming?
I don't have unassuming.
Okay.
that you're to get behind someone's booth.
Sure.
That's gonna be a 10. Yeah, a 10
And I'm using flight.
on your flight.
Okay.
What? What is your flight?
20. That's 12.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But can't you like say you just want to like half it? And then,
Oh yeah, because it's calculated.
yeah, the like
Yeah, but he's-
planned
but he's-
action.
It can't be planned because that means he's looking for one of us to help him with an adversity, and he's gone off by himself.
Well, you can do planned actions on your own,
Okay.
but for him to like
It wasn't all that planned. I was just like, let's do this
Sure.
thing.
It's crime of opportunity.
Fair enough.
Just trying to not be bored.
Okay.
How can you be bored with your buddy Zeke?
Okay, so that is a
Successful.
Thanks, man.
you basically are able to casually
Be bored with me.
walk around the
I'm not bored
side
with you. I'm
without
just infuriated.
causing too much ruckus.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to take advantage. How much narrative control do I get for a success of 2?
Depends on your role.
I mean,
I succeeded by 2.
I think I will allow, like, I think what I'm going to do is allow people to have full control for all of their success and failures, and I'll force them into like describing their own failure or success, but the closer it is to like the 0 mark, I will have like a higher degree of vetoing what you are doing.
Okay,
then,
because by the rules it says character succeeds but not impressively.
Right.
Yeah.
So then what I'll do then is I'll take advantage of the fact that people are starting to stare at Zeke while he is not really... It seems like he's hitting on Millie because he's just super awkward.
Super nervous.
Yeah, you're super nervous about interacting with another human being at all.
Yeah.
But people are like, is he trying to ask her what's going on? And people are like starting to pay attention.
I thought it was like a very awkward flirt, honestly.
It certainly sounded like it, right? So I'm just going to like grab a little medallion, maybe like something like a very small like carved bear thing. Just, it's got like it's like, not ivory, maybe bone. Okay. Just carved into the shape of a small bear. It's got like it's got like a leather necktie thing around it, and I just like totally of opportunity. Just like while his head is turned, I just like pocket and walk back or walk the other way.
Okay, I'm going to allow that.
Okay.
For now.
Backpack.
You can stick that in your backpack. Okay, so Zeke is being a bit of a klepto.
Zach is being a klepto. Zeke is.
Right. Sorry. Zach is being a klepto, and then we're gonna jump back into buying some fishing line.
Yeah.
Have you wet your pants yet?
It is my greatest fear.
It's a girl. She's kind of pretty. I'm talking to her. Oh my god.
A living, breathing human being.
Like,
it's more
like dirt smudged on her face and like.
This is.
It's more. It's like a kid in. It's more. It's a kid in my class, and I realize it's a limited community. So if I have a bad reputation with one kid, then they will tell all the other kids. And even though I'm not a developmental psychologist, I do understand the idea of close-knit communities and the way that word spreads. So it's a nervousness around other people that haven't given me social permission to be okay with them.
As someone who was that kid in growing up, I 100% approve of that is dork survival basics.
Yeah. That's where I'm going from. No, I'm not trying to create no love romance thing. We'll save that for something where people don't get ripped to shreds. Hopefully. I don't know what's going to happen. I didn't read ahead because I was ashamed.
There's what you're trying to do, and then there's how it comes off.
Yeah, that's fine.
Those are two different things.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, well, that's cool that you do fishing stuff. I do a lot of, like, outdoor stuff, too, yeah. Cool. We should do, like, a nature club at school or something, if you want.
Billy's just staring at him, waiting for him to stop talking.
Yeah, I wonder if they'd let us go hunting.
Oh, hunting! That's so cool. Have you gone hunting before? Have you ever shot a gun? That's so cool. My dad has a gun. He hasn't let me shoot it yet. He says he has to wait till I'm 14. But like, that'd be so cool. Have you ever shot a gun before?
Yeah, but I prefer this.
What type? Like a 22 or like a rifle? Oh my goodness. Yeah. My dad says that like when I'm old enough. Huh?
Lee Enfield.
Oh, what? Oh no, my dad doesn't have one of those. I've shot a bow and arrow before. Have you shot a bow and arrow before?
Yeah, I prefer slingshots, though. Check this one out. Check this one. And then she pulls out of her backpack, she, like, pulls out this real sweet-looking, like...
Just holds it in it, like, Zeke holds it in his hand, just admire it, be like, whoa, where did you get this?
Now, question, is this like a hotshot hunting slingshot manufactured, or is this something that she's, like, taken wide with wood and done stuff, and like, is this homemade or is it manufactured?
Keeping in mind that your dad owns a...
Yeah, it's manufactured. It's like it's like an older model, and it's got like the tacky hockey style tape on it in spots to like probably hold it together.
Almost enough that you can't really even see any wood.
Well, it's kind of green, like black and green camouflage-ish.
Cool.
It's a
How
tactical
long?
slingshot.
Yeah.
How long are you working till? Zach and I are hanging out tonight. If you like want to come hang out with us, I don't know how long you have to work till. What time is your dad letting you like not work?
When does the night market close?
What if I ask them? We could all hang out and go do stuff.
Let's go with
9:30, 10?
yeah. Start packing up around 10 o'clock.
Because you said Saturday.
So Saturday, yeah. You'll start packing up around 10, but people probably hang out until, pack up when people stop buying from their stuff.
Yeah, it starts to really slow down around like 9:30, 9:45. There's like only a couple people poking around, but every booth has to kind of stay open, not to be rude to the other ones.
Yeah.
It's like a game of like booth chicken.
Pretty
Well,
much.
no, like if you're trying to sell something to somebody and like another group's packing up, it's just I've run booths before for random things and like it's just super frowned about. Like people will call you out for it because like you're just like it's like oh I'll come back another time. I won't buy this today. And they're like why'd you pack up? I was gonna make a sale. So you have to be courteous. So like people kind of end up leaving around 9:30, 9:45.
It's definitely booth chicken, that's for sure.
Booth chicken. Yeah.
So if it's been long enough, I won't be able to resist seeing Zeke melt down in front of another human being. So I'll come back.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, this has probably all been this little interaction has maybe been like we're talking like not even an hour.
Let Zeke talking there for an hour.
We're looking at like
Just
15 minutes from the time
we met.
He started showing you comics, and then to the time where now he's trying to make new friends.
Yeah.
And replace you.
I come back and I'm like, hey, did you ask her out yet?
What? No, she's befriended. Well, she's maybe, no. What? No. Why would you say that, Zach? You're so funny. You're funny. You're funny. You're a funny
piece
guy.
of funny guy.
You're a funny guy.
I can just see the sweat rolling off.
You play the awkward guy so well, I'm wondering if you're actually playing.
I have a past. I'm new to Guelph for a reason.
I can't go back.
So anyways, Zach was joking, but well, what time are you done? We can all hang out and do you like comic books?
I don't really like reading all that much.
That's okay. If you want to, I can whatever. Okay, so if you're done soon, we can all hang out and do stuff. I know some really cool stuff around here. Have you guys gone to the forest lately?
Yeah, I go all the way in.
Right
Who's flirting with who now?
Right to where the trees are.
Yeah. Way past where we're supposed to go.
It would go right over your head, and he would start sniggering.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
Exactly,
No.
but
I go past where.
You're just the troublemaker.
I just have a fit of laughing.
you're like all my dreams.
Go all the way.
This is why I hang out with Zeke. He's really funny to make him interact with people.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to jump back to the Rich Brothers, who are.
I visibly slumped at that description.
So they are currently getting, what was it, beaver tails?
No, he's got the beaver
Oh,
tails
right.
and his
He
face
is
is
now
of chocolate.
sporting half of it on his face
Yeah.
and in front of his shirt.
So because I assume once Daryl, who is playing Zach.
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 Sorry, I
posts
think the
this-
full name Ezekiel.
No, that's fine. I'm just
I
gonna
wear
be dumb
name
for
tags
a
next
few days. Because we will post this online, and then eventually I will probably also share this into the Kids on Bikes Facebook group.
Yeah.
And so the overall viewers might be slightly more than myself and Daryl's brother.
And me.
And
Yep.
Yeah, I'll share those.
Daryl and his other brother Daryl.
Daryl and Daryl.
Every time. Look at that sound form. I'm gonna cut that out.
Daryl and Barrel.
Could someone describe a beaver tail?
Oh yeah.
Beaver
Because
tail
that's
is
I feel like that's a very deeply Canadian.
a beaver tail is the Canadian version of a funnel cake.
Well, it's like an flat oval pastry that gets
Deep fried dough.
Yeah, deep fried
Covered
dough
in sugar and cinnamon.
sugar, cinnamon, and then there's all sorts of different toppings. you
I
can
thought it
get.
was the one where you put it in a squirt bottle and you squirted it in the
Yeah.
oil and it just made a weird
Isn't
pattern.
that
Yeah,
funnel cake?
that's a funnel cake,
Okay.
and
No,
beaver
it's
tails
just
are a Canadian
it's
version
the
of
shape
it.
of a beaver tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it gets its name.
It's not actually a meat.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not
really-
There's some horrified American out there like, what are Canadians
Yeah.
doing? Killing a whole beaver, just eating the tail
Well,
with
no.
ice cream.
The
Those
Canadian
no,
version
we
of
use-
shark fin
no,
soup.
no.
Yeah.
No, we use the beaver for its fur and its tail. It's we use the whole thing from squeal to
There it
tail.
is.
The fur
Anyways.
part goes on your head.
Yeah.
The tail part goes in your belly.
Yep.
Yeah, but anyways, beaver tail is basically a funnel cake, so it's
And it's
light
really tasty.
dough thrown into hot oil, cooked up, thrown with dusted with sugar plus any other flavorings you
Best
want,
with
and
just a little
sometimes
bit of
throw
lemon.
ice cream thrown on.
Cool.
Some lemon
Okay.
square.
The staple of Canadian childhood.
Yeah, it's
Ice skating on the
Fair
Rideau
foot.
Canal,
Like,
eating a
what
beaver tail.
skill would
Can't get any more than that.
pickpocketing means.
What skill would pickpocket
If it's
be?
You're not a
Sneaky flight.
pickpocketer, man.
That would be.
Mum's looking at the X card.
Did I set a bad example? I'm sorry.
You're destroying his morals.
I only stole something because I could get away with it.
Would it be flight?
It
No.
no.
What else would it be?
Pickpocketing?
Would it be
Pickpocketing
charm?
would either be a combination of charm if
Oh.
you're using a physical contact to start.
I think this is the point where...
Or how
where-
subtle you want to be of it.
Wait, hang
it's
on.
either broad.
Well, yeah,
This
because a
much.
classic pickpocket is like the bump. And,
I-
sorry, I'm
I think
sorry.
this is the part where Derek just says how difficult it will be, and then Liam suggests which of his skills he's
Yeah.
going to use
Yes.
and why.
So yes, you would have to explain to me
How your skill would.
how you plan on doing the
Well, I want to
pickpocketing.
pickpocket him and then run to somewhere to get food.
You want more food? Oh.
Rather
Okay.
than just ask, he's just going to be a
but
jerk about it.
so we are back with
Ugh.
the brothers Prescott.
I have my hands in my pockets, head looking down, and I'm just kind of slouching my way through the fair.
Sure, and so you guys are currently over by the Beaver Tails booth. Maybe you've moved one or two booths worth of travel away at this point. The sort of food area
Mhm.
is going to be located in the center of the town square, which is a circle.
I want to be heading towards where there's leather workers and stuff like that, looking for stuff to add to my outfit.
So, like, the craft thing that's right next to the booth where we are?
Well, that
It-
seems like more of a jewelry.
Well, I
Craft
mean, I
thing.
found like a bone
Yeah,
bear on a leather
Sure.
strap. I don't know what else is there.
it could be in that same area because that's more the crafty area.
I'm just kind of picturing he comes over and starts looking and doesn't realize that Millie is like right next door, and then he's like, "Oh no!" And he's in an awkward situation.
And he's like, "Ugh, now I gotta go listen to The Cure."
No. It'd
And
definitely
maybe
be Killing
break
Joke.
another nose.
Sure.
Killing Joke.
So, but roughly right now, you guys are sort of in the center of the town square, which is a circle.
You love saying that.
I know, and that's just gonna be. If you describe the town square, you have to say the
Which
town
is a
square, which
But
is
it's a circle.
What if we say the town circle?
Then it
no one's
suddenly
going to know what you're
becomes-
talking about.
And your character dies a tragic death, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Wolves
So
come
and
out
then
of the
all
woods.
the
He's run out of the town on a road.
all the vendors are sort of along the perimeter of the town square,
Which is a
circle. And then you've got your sort of food people in the center, and then sort of like the space, the inner ring, as it were, is like people who are doing like dancing and you know not
What type of music
not vendoring
is
stuff.
it? Is it fiddle, accordion?
It's
10 hours of careless whisper.
I'm thinking it's either like
Guy with
a
spoons.
folk type music, so it's like trying to do the
Actually,
Northwest
you know,
Territories stuff, or it's really horrible AM top 40.
I have an idea.
Be like
Well, so
late
on one
70s
so
stuff.
okay, so on
No,
the one side.
like boy bands.
Oh.
So let's
Wham.
do this. On the north side of the circle,
Mhm.
That's in the town square.
of town square, which is a circle.
Break your own rules.
There is like a traditional sort of drum circle-y type thing,
Cool.
right? And then on the other side, there is like a sweet cover band.
Sweet.
But it's like everyone's dad's kind of cover band, but they're playing all the music that everyone hates, and they're not doing a very good job of it.
I have an idea.
So it's like all the bar bands that I've experienced in my small town.
A little too close to home.
Yeah, so it's gonna be the local bar band.
Doing like Rush, moving
but-
pictures.
Well, no.
If there are dads, they're probably doing stuff from the 60s.
So, but they at the
Doors
bar have better sets, right? Because it's a bar crowd, so they will
Yeah.
play like Rush covers and Floyd covers and whatever.
Yeah.
But because this is at the public night market, they are playing like whatever they're playing Careless
CCR.
Whisper and CCR and Wham and
How is CCR bad?
They're not bad. They're
Because
just
they're doing it badly.
They're just they're doing it badly.
Yeah.
And like
They're not a great band, and they're overreaching themselves in what
They've
they're
just got like
playing.
5 songs that they just cycle once they
Yeah.
get to the 5th one. they're
Taking
just-
care of business.
yeah, because they're playing pop songs that they don't normally play, but that like
and they don't rehearse.
that the town hall committee has like here's the approved list of songs you
You're
can
allowed to
play.
Do you want to NPC the song if I pull up the lyrics to Taking Care of Business?
Oh god.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, here we go. All right, you guys figure out. Can you be the MC to introduce us?
Well, we're about to see what YouTube does with copyrighted music.
Let's change this enough that it's not. So let's.
handling all the operations. Every
All right, Daryl and I are doing it. Okay.
You started it, man.
Yeah.
You finish it.
All right, we gotta just change everything to the opposite of it. You get up every evening from the alarm clock warning. Take the next line.
Oh,
No.
wow.
What?
Get the hell out of here.
Take the 9:15 train to the town. A buzzer comes above, people pushing, people tripping, and guys are trying to look handsome. If the bus is on time, you can get to your career on time.
Hey Zeke, I think we should get away with the band.
Starting to slave your job to get your money.
Do I really have to listen?
All right.
I'm
And we'll
hoping
be
not.
taking care of operations every week. Taking care of operations. Every ability. Taking care of operations. It's all yours. Taking care of operations.
You don't
and
know how
clocking
much I wish
extra
I
work.
had an iPod to put in my freaking ears.
And
Rock
cut
out.
here.
And that was the Owl Station night owls. We'll be taking a break for the next 30 minutes. And, coming back with more of those.
More taking care of operations.
Sweet gems.
More of those sweet gems coming up. Maybe.
Can I try to charm him, James, to
Give you more money?
money?
You can.
You can. Yep. Yeah.
What are you going to say to him?
Yeah.
Well, first he's got to do the roll, see if he makes or fails.
Well.
Where are you going to make this
planning on
actual
doing it.
narrative?
I'm. Yeah, we're gonna do some. You gotta role play a little bit.
Okay.
So you gotta start.
Remember,
Trying to put the charm on to James.
So do I have to roll right now?
No, not yet.
No roll yet.
Not yet.
But
you,
You have to role play trying to get money from him.
you don't roll. You role play.
and just realize that I've listened to you try and wheedle your mother for destiny cards.
Yes, we've all heard you try and charm your mom to buy
More
vanilla
stuff.
shakes and root beer floats.
So dig deep into that experience.
Is David a little tubby right now? Like,
You know, he might be. He's a little bit softer.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that why he does this type of crap is because our parents have like one of those. Your body is a temple household. We only have good food here.
Your dad is Satan?
No. That's a little more gravelly. It's like, and then you will. That's more Satan. Anyways, but no, I mean.
But also because your parents would have been like somewhere in the founder tree, they probably have like a very businessy type relationship. So you probably never got like proper
Comfort
parental.
food. Never comfort food.
Because you
never
would have had like
that.
your dad was always the boss, and your mom probably would have ended up being some
Social
sort of
functions, charity
subservient.
drives.
what's for dinner? Meatloaf.
What's for dinner? I don't know. Ask the nanny.
Yeah.
So,
I feel our parents were very hands off in our rooting.
Welcome to the role playing game.
Go with your gut.
My dad?
Yeah, go with your gut.
Okay.
Just bum wind it through.
No, that was around 2 minutes ago.
Got 14. Let's see.
I'm noticing a conniving look coming over his face as he ponders.
What do you mean by that?
You're plotting to manipulate me.
Why do you want more money, and how are you gonna convince him to give it to you?
Because I don't have any money?
Blackmail him on something that he did in the past.
That's where my
Hey,
mind
remember
is
when
going.
you stole the car and I didn't say anything?
I just belted Keith. Zeke.
just came over and punched Zeke for no reason.
Zeke's like, hey, what's up? Want to hang out?
So what do you want to buy?
Okay, we're walking past the last food booth, which is poutine.
All right.
Not food.
So you do not want. Is there a booth that you've walked by where you saw? Hey, that's a thing that I would like to purchase.
What
Like
would
maybe
be
some fishing
not
tackle?
food?
Crafts.
Yeah. So
Hunting
have
stuff.
you taken to a farmer's market or the
Has he gone to a Ren fair or anything
Ren
like
fair,
that?
flea market?
It's been a while, but like little booths, and sometimes they might have carvings. Well, like when we go to visit Aunt Linda where she sells her fake stuff, and there's like a guy who has all the honey, and
but it's not all food items.
Like
it can be people like making, people selling paintings. It could be people selling little sculptures. It could be people.
People will sell anything at these things. Think of the Elmira Maple Syrup Festival. People will sell whatever they can.
Yeah. You know, somebody might make mustard and have mustards there. Somebody could have pickles. I mean, the town pickle maker, because they're so frickin' awesome at it.
11-year-olds love jars of pickles.
Hey, I'm 11. He's 8.
You were singing a song about pickles last night.
The pickle song?
Yeah.
You guys have a very interesting home life.
Yeah, I don't know. It tuned him out after a while. I can't remember. It was pickles and something else. What was the other thing?
Yeah, as long as it's not mayonnaise.
Sweet pickles and pie.
Sweet pickles
That's
and pie.
what it was.
He wrote a song called Sweet Pickles and
Aw,
Pie.
come on. I just got a 20.
Oh no, you wasted your 20.
Alright.
Womp, womp, womp.
So do you want to buy, is there carving or something?
I want to buy
A knife. But you need your brother's permission.
Yeah.
There's also probably like a few people who are selling pre-owned action figures, but it wouldn't be very many because.
Is there Galaxy Defender Man comics?
There is probably definitely not a Galaxy Defender Man action figure.
Major Matt Mason.
Would there be someone selling Atari cartridges? Because that's the only thing that Zach would care about.
Okay, 84. They could be selling some Commodore or Atari stuff, yeah.
You might find some VCR equipment.
Just say that you want to buy some fishing tackle from Millie.
Yeah, maybe
especially because your brother probably really doesn't want to go over there.
Yeah, is your ulterior motive to annoy your brother? Because then you probably just want to kind of steer him over to Millie's booth. He's like, I really want fishing tackle.
So, hey Jim.
What?
Can I have fishing tackle?
James is like, what the hell?
You don't fish.
You haven't seen me fish. Please.
I'm with you all the bloody time. I don't want to be around you all the time.
Please.
Oh God, dude, really?
Please.
I think this is when we roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You've established it. Let's roll. I'm gonna say.
Good work, Liam.
I'm gonna. Hang on.
You
hang
don't even
on.
know what you're rolling.
I gotta tell you what you need to do. What
He
you
needs the difficulty, and then you got to try and connive what the skill is.
It could be
yeah. So I'm gonna say.
It definitely sounds like he's trying to use charm.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna say that you need a solid 15.
Ooh.
To charm your brother.
15 or better.
And you don't need to use an adversity. Oh,
we don't even have adversity.
Don't we start with 3?
Oh yeah, do we start with anything?
I don't think we start with any. I think it's only as we fail.
I don't
know where. I don't know if I read that or
6.
if it was just a dream I had. But I thought we got 3.
Well, if you start with 3, you still fail horribly.
Yeah. Well, I said that before he rolled the 3.
Let me look in see if there's an index here for
I'm just using my PDF.
Oh, sure.
Okay, there's
I actually don't know.
Failing a roll. Remember in Kids of Bigs, it's not bad. You can get an adversity token. Especially if you pull it with others. Yep, okay, I want to go earlier.
It's possible I just invented it.
Okay. Now, this sounds like a snap, so even if you fail, it shouldn't be too horrible.
Well, I mean, also, it's just silly charm.
I think it's the like -9 to -10 is the failure is bad, but not a disaster.
Yeah, and also it's not really a life-threatening
This isn't like James is going to shoot.
You
You
might.
He might.
failed. Yeah.
Okay, on page 30 it says you may also spend adversity tokens earned from failed checks.
Yeah.
That doesn't hint that there's any pool you start with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think there was. But I mean, I will ask in the group.
So whatever, give yourself another. Give yourself an adversity token because you failed to roll.
So you failed, so you gain an adversity token.
I don't have.
Just on your character sheet.
Just take one of your spare
I'm
dice and use the face. Or you can use. Do you want to borrow my
There.
giant ass copper?
Do you want to? You can also.
Wait, what's the maximum of adversity tokens?
Infinite.
You can have?
And
Okay.
max.
Hopefully, it's something less than infinity.
Infinity
because-
-1.
You should be spending them as you have
Yes.
them.
So I have one. I'm gonna use my spare D10.
Okay.
Cool.
And I have two.
So you roll. What did you roll?
You
I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay. So you failed by like 9.
9. Yep.
Well, I rolled a 5, but then +1 because
Right.
Because you got a +1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you failed by 9, which is good because the other option would have been profound failure, which would have been really funny. Like you just explode because you couldn't charm your older brother. Okay.
Do I still get some money?
James is filled with so much hate that his little brother explodes. I wish I could hate you to death. Anyways.
Well, so that will sort of be up to you. I'm going to say, one, I'm going to let you drive sort of what happens as you fail, and he obviously is like, no, he sees that you are trying to get some pocket change so that you can go over and chat with Millie and drag him along with you.
He's figured out what you're trying to do.
So your little
Yeah.
ploy is not going to work.
Okay. Maybe because you accidentally looked over.
Fishing tackle is such a...
I think I know what the heck you and your dad do here. So, like, hearing fishing tackle is kind of like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Hashtag nope.
That's a real quick no. I've got so many hard no and hard pass gifts for you. Oh, man. Schitt's Creek.
Can I still get money? Just
Letterkenny.
not be allowed to.
Pitch Perfect.
I don't understand what you're saying.
You know the shows?
He's got a
Oh,
ton
he's just
of
watched
gifts.
a bunch of it.
Well, I've got a huge
Oh,
gift
gifts.
library.
How
Oh,
fast
okay.
are
Or
you?
GIFs, if
Yeah,
you're an
yeah.
idiot.
I heard gift with the T at the
How
end.
fast am I? What, my flight?
Yeah.
I think it's only a 6.
It's because he spent all his time on the pitcher's mound.
Oh, that's why I've got the grit. I'll stop that ball with my body, damn it.
So
Can I just start sprinting to the
well,
let's role play with the failure.
and so you can do whatever you want, and I will tell you what you can't do.
I get mad, so plan
Because
2, I
this-
just run to her.
Plan B is just
Sure.
running away.
So if that's what your plan is going to be, that's cool. But because this was kind of a substantial failure, what we're going to say is because Jim has caught on.
Jimmy.
If you plan on going to run over to Millie to say hi or ask for whatever, you're going to split this party.
You get to come hang out with us.
And that's going to happen. You've now split the party because he caught on to you trying to get you guys back into friendship. So he's... No matter what you do, you've just split your party.
But now there's 4 of us, and one of them.
Which is the way it should be.
It's what James really wanted.
He's not really goth. He really is more of an Eeyore.
It's the same thing.
Eeyore is the original goth.
Weren't the Goths the original Goth?
I mean, for the pop
Well, I'm still
reference.
running over there.
Yeah, that's fine. I just go, ugh, such a young brother. Jeez. And then it's like, okay, I need to accessorize. And I go over towards the leather.
Okay, and I'm gonna say that
I'm keeping peripheral vision, checking to see where he is, because I don't want to, like, it's the
Don't wanna
80s,
get
so you're
grumpy.
not quite that paranoid, but at the same time, he is my brother.
You'll get in more trouble if you don't know what happens to him.
Yeah,
Sure.
so-
Sure. But you have gone. Your leather accessories are slightly further away than the jewelry accessories that
okay.
you're maybe like
To the point where I can't see him
30
in
degrees.
the crowd?
No, you can see him, but there's obvious
I
blockers.
wear really
and-
bright colors.
He's all hypercolors.
Of course, it's
Also,
the 80s.
this is the 80s, because what'll probably happen is if he doesn't know where David is, he'll probably just come over to the booth and be like, hey, you guys seen my kid brother?
Yeah,
Like in
right.
an hour.
That's how small towns work.
Yep.
Okay, so you're going leather shopping.
Mhm.
I run off to her.
Okay.
So yeah.
so back to Keith. Zeke, how is Zeke doing with Millie right now? I just wet my pants the one time. It's not a
Millie
thing I
is
do all the
way
time.
more excited to see David show up than Zeke's entire presence there. Immediately snaps to look at them, and I'm just kind of standing there dumb. She's like,
So Galaxy Defender Man he was a man and he defends galaxies.
So yeah.
All right. So why are you going off to
Why?
Millie?
To
'Cause
propel the
I want
plot.
To propel the plot.
So what?
As soon as I see him, I go, "Hey, David! After this is over, do you want to go? I've been collecting some pop cans. You want to go over and try out my slingshot?"
You completely forgot about Keith's Zeke's invitation to
You forgot.
You got side traded for pop can lids.
No.
Shots with an
Yeah.
She
8-year-old.
has found an out.
Yeah.
What's that?
You found an out from having to interact.
Yeah.
I
I've
wanna-
been collecting them all day.
just like pawing at the lures, kind of like trying to like not show my utter disappointment and just being sidelined by an 8-year-old, where I was thinking I was making headway. Yeah.
No, Bill Millie turns around. Yeah, I guess you could, if you want to come.
Really? Like perk up and be like, I mean, like, yeah, like I can ask my parents. I think I still have
I think I still have parents.
It's just turning my character into just this terrible person no one loves. We tried to abandon him all the time. He keeps coming home. Keep driving him further and further out in the country. No, I'd love to. I just gotta call my parents, but I spent my last 3 quarters on the fishing line. What's your return policy here? I just need a dime for the phone.
Your parents are like 40 feet that way.
Oh, yeah! My parents who are doing a soapstone booth on the other
I
side.
don't know what your parents do.
Yeah, because they do a lot of like indigenous art there. Or like, be like, guys, don't move. I'll be right back. And I like book it at like top speed. Yeah.
Before
I don't need to
anybody can
roleplay.
leave.
I don't need to roleplay because they're totally okay getting rid of me. Apparently, for the
Especially if
evening.
you're
Yeah,
spending time with
just
other
like-
people.
Sure.
Yeah, they're like, you're making friends. Go for it. Yeah.
All right.
I take the opportunity to also leave, but in a different direction. I wasn't here.
Then you
I
guys.
come back. I'm like, where's Zach?
the whole booth is just like totally shut down.
Everybody's gone.
Okay, we're gonna jump. Not in time, but just over to James,
Jimbo.
who is buying leather accessories.
They call him Leather Daddy. Sorry.
Yeah. I there's just so many things I could say, and I'm just going to be nice and audience
Would
appropriate.
there be glow sticks in this time?
No.
No.
In the 80s?
Not health approved ones.
Not in Northwest Territories.
84.
Maybe not in a small town.
No. They would use them probably for possible rescues.
Well,
Yeah, but that's not accessible.
So you would have like the glowy flare type
Yeah.
things, but I
the
don't
ones that
think
are like included in like.
Yeah, we're not going to break into a rave.
I don't know if there's like raver gear in
It's not
1200.
Come on down to the 7-person rave at the library.
Hey,
So what happens with James?
goths dancing at in daytime, right?
Yeah.
You betcha.
Um,
I'm the only goth.
For everybody listening in, you missed some amazing dance move on behalf of our GM.
we'll put in a video over top right now.
That's just Spider-Man dancing.
So we're
I
cutting
don't know what
back
I'm
to
gonna
you.
do with this.
Okay. I keep on double checking where James is, making sure that he isn't being, like blown off by Millie because, like, I don't know about her anymore. Ever since that big fight, yeah. So, is there any kind of like armlets or
Do you have anything with bigger spikes?
like?
Is that Millie talking or is that Jen talking?
James,
Yeah.
Jimbo.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what Millie would say.
Oh, Jimbo.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Okay. James is no, he doesn't like Christmas trees. He prefers the pyramid studs.
Fair enough.
Because despite all his talk and all that, he doesn't really want to hurt anyone. He just wants to be him. So yeah, I'm not expecting that
unique butterfly.
Yeah, I'm taking a look, and quite frankly, I know I'm not going to find any like hardcore looking stuff. So I'm just looking for some cool, nice black leather stuff to either use as bracelets, armlets.
What's an armlet?
It's
like
a
a
bracelet
bracelet for
that
your
goes
arm.
up here.
It used to be used a lot for bowmen and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Cool. So as you're perusing the accessories, the goth accessories at your friendly local small town goth shop.
Made purposely.
FLGS, where G stands for goth, not gaming.
Yeah. Local goth store. Local local
Friendly local goth station.
local uncaring goth station.
Yeah, friendly goth is kind
Goth
of
store.
More apropos.
Nonchalant, I guess. So you're perusing the things, and from behind, you feel someone shove you. Just like a full-on shove, and curses you out, which, for the purposes of being family friendly, we will just say curses, and thwomp.
Yo, you unliked person.
I take umbrage with your existence.
You are the most objectionable person in this town.
So as you turn around
Yeah.
to see what happened, you realize it's your form.
Daryl just pointed at himself.
It is the
Soup can Dan.
The catcher from your former baseball team, who is.
Millie was the catcher.
Oh, sorry,
was the
catcher.
First base.
Shortstop.
Shortstop or a center fielder. I don't know.
Center field.
Yep.
Who is quite the sporty bro dude jock.
I'd say he's a British jock.
And has become less friendly with you since you dropped your whole sports jock
Yeah.
vibe. And he just comes up, gives you a good shove, tells you off.
Dude. Really? Just walk away, dude. It's done. It's over. Your dreams are crushed just like your adulthood.
I wondered where it was going.
I should have realized who I was pushing. You didn't just crush my dreams, man. You crushed the whole team.
Team's dreams.
Team's dreams.
Woo! Some more of the team is behind him.
No, I could actually see this.
Whoop whoop. Go Hogs!
Blah, 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 blah.
Go Hogs!
Owl Station Nighthawks.
That's a strange team. The Nighthawks. The Nighthawks.
Land of the Midnight Sun.
Owl Station Nighthawks! Woo!
Tailgate ho!
Mess him up, dog!
I will excuse myself.
It's got a little macho in here.
Alright. You guys are good enough. You didn't need me. Get over it. Get over it. Like,
We did too, we lost! We're no good! You complete us!
It's the one, closeted kid on the team who just hasn't come to terms with his sexuality. You're so hot! What? What? No, we're mad at him! Screw you!
Nobody said that, I didn't say that.
You suck! What? Your hair's beautiful!
And after drama turns into comedy.
Everything turns into comedy.
So, what happened?
He got pushed and the kid called him beautiful.
What?
Don't worry.
They're being silly.
No, we're being silly now.
The baseball team.
The baseball team is harassing their former star pitcher.
Yeah.
And you're next to somebody with a slingshot. Maybe you can help talk to her about how to resolve a situation.
No, I think it's more likely.
It's
Oh,
Yeah,
it's different?
yeah.
far enough apart
Ah, perfect.
that you guys wouldn't hear it
Yeah.
or really notice,
I'm still getting
unless you were actually
Yeah.
Yeah,
Without question.
I don't think he hasn't said anything about trying to keep an eye on Bro. I've been doing it. He hasn't.
Yeah.
and you walked away to blow off steam, and then someone decided to.
Yeah. So it's basically like I've just went and mouthed off back to you because you're weak. You just go with the flow, dude. You're a center fielder on the team. Right? Are you a person or are you just a frickin' fixture?
Go Hawks!
Hogs!
Yeah, so you're gonna notice that that the group of sports ball people, for I don't know why they decided to call themselves the Nighthawks. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have that written down.
I believe if we were in the 80s, we were all called the Wildcats.
I will double check on the sports team because that's one of the questions that that came up. And then every time we say
Isn't it
Nighthawks,
the Hooters?
you have to stitch a graphic of whatever the actual team name is.
What is
Like,
what are the Nighthawks like rival team?
The Yellow Knife
Ferrets.
Yellow knives.
Day
Yellow
ferrets.
knife,
Day-
red knives. The
The
yellow
day
knife,
ferrets.
red knives.
Yeah, red spoons.
Yellow knife red spoons. Do not.
Well, spoon your eyes out. Spoons.
And then they also their other team, the Blue Forks.
Yep.
Because they have 2 teams.
May the forks be with you.
Fork yeah! Fork yeah! Fork yeah!
Oh, that's terrible. So you notice that the sports ball people, whose team we will paste
Insert
up on
here.
screen.
Sure.
What was the team name?
I don't know.
We don't
We're gonna
know.
stick it up on
It
screen.
was the Nighthawks?
They happen to be all the outfielders. I don't know why.
3.
All 3 of them. Yes.
But they notice in this league you've got your left and center, or left and right, and then you've got left, right, and left center.
And then there's backups? Or...
Well, no, that's like tyke ball.
Oh, okay.
There's not enough people to have like several people for each position, so they just put all 11 people on the field at a time.
I think that was
It makes sense because they're really pissed at him for leaving the team.
Super junior. I remember that when I was
No, that's
whatever.
that's like way before tween.
That yeah, but 2 years ago, your character would have been 12, and so not in like the basketball or anything. They would have been in.
It would not
alternate
have been
junior.
T-ball type stuff, and that's
No. You would have been above T-ball, for sure. Well, unless you got held back. Did James
7 years.
no.
Was James a pitcher on the T-ball team?
No.
Stands on the pitcher's mound and waits for it to happen.
All-star pitcher for the Owl Station T-ball league.
No, I would have been a center fielder.
T-ball!
then.
Woo!
It was not long enough ago that he probably has like a specialty pitch or something. For being
Yeah,
like a 13,
it would have been like
12-year-old or something.
whatever it goes T-ball and then what tyke ball and then
I
whatever is
really
above
don't know.
that. I don't remember
Well, I
now.
know now. It's
Kids on Bikes hot takes
Coach.
on the league divisions.
It goes from
Is it
T-ball to
okay
like coach pitching.
That
So you
I
know
have
the
a
coach pitches
fanny
you.
pack,
Okay.
but
Like-
it has like the whatever
Interesting.
the
But I don't know if that would be in the 80s or if that's a new.
That was
Whatever
no, that's
balls.
new.
The ball team?
yeah the ball team's logo on it.
No, you totally would have that.
Can I have like a fanny pack with like the
Nighthawks.
with the night owl with the
night owl.
with the Owl
Day
Station
owl.
sports ball.
yeah,
Owl
Yeah.
Station sports ball.
yeah,
So-
like their logo on it,
Yes, you can have a fanny pack with the local sports team.
and
Logo.
I have a baseball in it.
Sure. So I was just about to say that these people are probably drunk, but it's like, oh wait, no, we're all like juniors, so they're probably not.
Well,
Still.
they
They
might be
are.
drunk. They might have snuck a beer out of one of their dads, and then everyone had a sip, and therefore
Oh
they're
yeah,
all
it's
drunk.
like they drink their dad's whiskey, but they keep topping it up with water, like their dad doesn't know.
Liam is laughing an awful lot at this, and it makes me wonder what goes on at home.
Jen, you might want to go check the water levels of all your local scotches.
I didn't know Scotch was clear. Clear.
Not that this is relevant to the story at all, but when I was a kid, every time my parents drank, I'd go and take like a teaspoon of like alcohol and put it in this one Coke bottle that I had, and then after a month, I had like half a Coke bottle full of gin, rum, all these things mixed, and I was like, today's the day of getting drunk, and I tried to drink it and almost died.
Yeah.
That was
are-
my version of that.
Mud drinks are the worst.
You want to hear even worse? a guy that used to be like a busboy at the Edge.
Okay.
Closing hours, anything that was left over, he'd keep pouring into this one glass. And then
This episode
freaking
brought to you
drink
by The Edge.
which died in like 19...
Your local restaurant in...
Well, the Edge was Toronto. The Garys ran it after they left the Horseshoe.
We'll probably edit this chunk out just to not name drop people.
Topper's still around. Anyways, okay, so are they kind of drunk or are they just feeling belligerent?
Well, yeah, they've got that sort of drunk, belligerent attitude of like jock kids trying to.
Okay.
I don't know when I started drinking, but it probably wasn't when I was 14.
But if you're in Amel Station, like with very small population,
No,
there's
it
nothing
happens
to
a lot
do.
sooner. It happens a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Because Aaron, I mean, when I moved there, it was only like around 600 people. And you had like the arena was skating. You had one pool hall, and you had the ice cream place. You started drinking and or doing recreational substances at a very young age.
I don't. Yeah. No. I agree.
Yeah.
And like I grew up in
Make it whatever you want.
small town, but
It had a little
it's
too much
your rule.
pixie sticks.
yeah. The what were the nerd? You got the 2 packets of like
Yeah.
sugar
Nerds.
Kool-Aid juice.
Nerds.
No, not nerd. Those are the little
Fun Dips.
Fun Dips. Yes.
Recommends.
Yeah.
Everybody's jacked on sugar over
The outfielders gang were
High on
snorting
The sugar
Fun Dip.
junkies.
If they're playing baseball, it should be Big League Chew. If they're gonna be.
Maybe they're dipping. that doesn't really make you
There's
kind
a
of
bit of
belligerent.
vodka.
No. There was that
What's that?
There was a
horrible
bit of vodka
gum
in
that
their
was
water.
called Big League Chew.
Chew, and it was supposed to look like chewing tobacco.
Yeah, it
And
was
you're
like
supposed-
shreds of bubble gum.
Oh yeah, no.
Well, because they do that now with the what was it, Joe? What was the bubble gum you got at Halloween that had
Bazooka
the comic
Joe.
Bazooka Joe?
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
big
bazookas.
league
Yeah.
league chew, I'm pretty sure now is like
Shredded
shredded bazooka
Bazooka
Joe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bazooka, yeah.
So they are belligerent and they may have had some.
Something.
Mind-altering substance.
They may have had a mind altering Fun Dip.
Yes.
You guys been dipping? Don't get into that.
They come to your school. Hi, my name's Travis. I started dipping when I was just 14 years old.
Pretty soon I was rolling people in the streets for fun dip.
Started with Dippin' Dots, man. Movie theaters.
Okay, so
So they're how old's your character? 14?
14.
Okay, so what grade are you in when you're 14?
9.
Yeah, okay. So they're that's the beginning of high school. So there's a good chance that this
Especially if they're going out of their way to be belligerent.
potentially this is the outfielders gang, their maybe first experience with being drunk. You don't know, but they are belligerent and
Here to cause trouble.
there to start a bit of a ruckus,
Which they are.
which they're ruckusing.
Basically, I'm looking around. Is there any crowd? Is there any people noticing? Does it look like somebody's going to go, hey, come on, kids, you don't want to do that type stuff?
Yeah, is Santa Claus there? Sorry.
Well, there's this old man named Richard who's yeah. So there, I mean,
Creepy old white dude, right?
Yeah, right. It is. No one's taken notice yet because it hasn't quite escalated to the point of
Okay.
right.
I'm going to raise my voice and try and draw attention to the situation. Yo! What's going on? I mean, are all of you going to try and prove how tough you are by bouncing off me? That was the right fielder.
Some of the
That was
some of
Trevor.
the
Trevor, the right fielder.
Guys, I don't feel so good.
Guys, I had too much, guys.
I think you guys put something in that Dr. Pepper.
I love you, man. You're the best. I love you.
Can you roll a 10 on your brains?
Brains?
Yes.
Oh, nice challenge. I need exploding dice.
It'll explode a quarter of the time. Or whatever.
Magnificent failure. I rolled a 1.
Oh, come on. Really?
Well, could
No,
he have
I
used
would not lie in this
could
situation.
he have used a different stat?
Yeah, of course he could have. But
Do you think you see a gap that you can just sneak away?
That's-
Really, there's
oh,
a guy
man.
there.
No, that would have been flight, and I would have actually had a bit of an advantage on that. That's a 12 plus 1. No, it's not
profound failure. Nice. I dig that.
Yeah, from 10 to 1 is
yeah.
9.
9 difference.
9
Oh,
difference.
right,
I'm
right.
just above.
Failure is bad.
Failure
Yeah,
is bad.
Do you get any modifiers on that?
Not on that one.
Okay.
Now, my traits are cool under pressure, rebellious, and what was the other one? I didn't.
I mean,
mark
no
it.
matter what, you rolled a 1.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna end up in a hard place.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You try to walk away.
Well, no, I'm just hoping that I'm loud enough that whatever happens doesn't
So
go on.
so the again, I'm gonna let y'all drive your own successes and failures, and then we'll interject as.
So what was even happening there?
Well, he's getting bullied.
Right.
He's
But
trying to be
and
loud so that somebody notices.
Yeah.
He had
Everyone just
puberty
thinks-
at that moment, and he voice cracks.
everyone just assumes he wants attention because he's a
Yeah.
Brett Scott.
The minute he started speaking up, he went through puberty, and his voice like cracked, and then no one heard him.
I've had you.
I don't think it's that so much as the fact that they're, instead of being intimidated by me drawing the attention, are like, let's get our shots in now before anybody does anything.
Yeah, and so the failure is bad, but doesn't. So they're going to get like you're going to end up with a bloody nose or a black eye or something.
Yep.
Or not even a black eye, but like
Like a shiner.
like
Maybe get thrown
a
over
mid
this.
shiner, or thrown around, or
A couple bruises.
you know,
Sore.
hustled for like 1 or 2 punches before an adult like does the first shame.
Come on, guys! What are you doing?
Santa Claus is back!
How's that a
No.
sabbatical?
Before the outfielders like
Run off.
take off. But I will let you
Yeah, basically.
describe your own punishment.
Basically, after shouting out, they're kind of like, the center fielder just goes, "That's it, dude. I'm not putting up with your shit." Bam, slugs me off the cheekbone into my eye. I'm thrown back, fall down. One guy comes up to try and start to kick me, and that's when adults start coming in, because it looks like I'm going to be seriously injured.
Okay. So the booth that you are in is I just realized I'm crouched over and talking at the same volume, but I'm half as close to the microphone all of a sudden.
Yeah, you're fine.
Let me just hop over here. The booth that you are currently in is
To remove so many uhs in this.
Everything stays in.
whatever. When I do talks, like I preface my talks with I say uhs, whatever. I like repeat the same words over and over again, waiting for my brain to catch up.
That's it.
You just own it and move on.
Turn 4 and 5 hours into the game.
So you are in the booth that you're being run is being run by Ron. Ron is the cook at the Hash House Diner.
Touch my leg.
But he also happens to have a side gig selling
Eclairs, because it's got
biker accessories, which is effectively what you're
looking at.
Yeah. Like he's selling like Harley Davidson stuff.
Yeah.
Right, and you're like, oh, this is cool. I'll just buy this in like the extra small sizes. And
I can't believe I had to change my lyrics to "taking care of operations," and you could say Harley Davidson. Should it be like Hurley Davidson?
Yeah. Whatever. I don't care.
Haley Davidson.
I'll let you know as soon as we get our first copyright.
They're loud, rackety bikes. Doesn't matter. This episode brought to you by Honda, the better bike. And then my uncle flew in from Nova Scotia and murdered me.
Yes.
And all of his hog buddies. And then so Ron's like, just grabs the kid that's, about to lay into you, pulls him back, and is like, "Get out of here, you
wee bairn." He's Scottish for some reason.
Yeah.
From North Kiltown. There's no North Kiltown.
Picks you up and sort of dusts you off and looks at you and sort of assesses that, you're probably going to like...
Are you alright?
How you doing?
I'm okay. Thanks.
You're probably going to get a bit of a shiner, but you're not like...
How would he explain? You'd probably get a wee bit of a shiner there.
Look at you, boy.
Build some character in ya.
Everyone is doing their best.
Ain't nothing like a bit of a beating to make you grow up. Anyway, so it's like, thanks, man, thanks. I appreciate that.
And so now you're having just been razzle-dazzled.
Did you get a adversity token for your failure?
Oh yeah, you get an adversity token for your wild failure. Well, he rolled a 1. Did you roll a 1?
No, he rolled a 5 plus 1.
He rolled it on a 15.
He rolled it on a 10.
So you rolled the same.
Yeah. Runs in the family. That's a Prescott roll, right?
It's not a crit failure, that's a Prescott. Do you have plans now to do anything, having been...
I'm going to finish. I'm going to, pick up whatever it was that I wanted.
Just go back
to shopping. All right.
Now, where was I?
Yeah, because I'm trying to, calm down.
Pretend like it didn't bug you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So we're going to come back to this merry band of creeps.
They said it was okay if I could come. Oh my god, I ran so fast. Did you guys see me run so fast?
40 feet, man. 40 feet.
I am wildly out of shape.
For a scout.
I'm out of shape.
Fair enough. All right.
Hey, did you say something about a bow and arrow?
Yeah, I have one in my house.
How far away is your house?
Like 5 kilometers, but I can totally run that.
You should do that. Go.
Funny guys.
Seriously, it'd be so cool. We could see whether your bow and arrow, or we compare it to the slingshot, see which one shoots farther, which one's more accurate. I have a ton of cans. It'll be so cool.
That's not appropriate, Zeke. You're Zach.
You are Zeke.
Great. I'm gonna need to get the AV Club to make us T-shirts with all our names on them. And his is gonna be the longest because it's gonna say James, Jim, Jimbo, Prescott.
It's like all of them are just crossed out to just James and
and yours is gonna say Zach.
All of the wrong ones
Zeke,
crossed it out of the bottom.
And his is gonna say
I'm
Zeke, not
James.
Zach.
I could probably go back and ask my parents if they'd be willing to drive me home and then drive me back, and then
there's like 6 hours until the sun sets. You can just like go and get it and come back.
Like if I had my bike, that would be great. If only I were a kid on a bike.
Sponsorship request.
We're requesting sponsorship from the guys who created the game we're playing.
Why not?
I don't know.
Why not?
We're shameless.
Maybe the publishers will send us some free dice.
Right here, we're just playing with croutons that are painted. We're poor, impoverished Canadians.
I love my 20-sided crouton. It took me forever to make.
Hey man, you guys all got 20-cent Walmart Peachy folders. So
That's pretty nice.
Peach.
I got the real Peachy folder though from the Kickstarter.
So, I mean, do you guys really want me to go get the bow and arrow from my house?
Well, what else are we gonna do?
We got a slingshot. Isn't that good enough?
So we can just assume that the slingshot shoots farther.
Yeah, but my arrow totally goes further.
Not if you don't go get it.
But, give me a minute. I'm gonna go ask my parents. And I just bolt off again.
Billy goes, but wait! But he's already...
Yeah, it's already gone.
Okay, so the camera is gonna follow Zach, not Zeke.
Okay.
Me.
Wait, you're Zeke.
I'm Zach.
Ah, damn. So the camera's gonna follow Zeke,
Okay.
not Zach.
All right. So I'm like,
The camera pans to me and I'm just standing there with my hands in my pockets.
just kind
Then
of
it pans over.
Yeah.
before cell phones where you could like check them and just be like, man. Okay, so I'm like running around like people in the market like, excuse me, pardon me, miss, excuse me.
Before, so like 20 feet into your sprint, I'm gonna have you roll something.
Grit.
No, grit is your emotional dexterity, I think.
I'm not good at my emotions. I have horrible grit.
You should talk to your mother about that.
Yeah, that's my bad. My bad, Liam. My bad.
No, I mean...
For your character, your character probably also has pretty bad control of his emotions. Because his brother's such a weirdo.
Well, he is
Crazy.
easygoing, but he has
Okay.
a D4 grit.
I'm gonna make you roll. Let's just middle of the road.
What
this
happens?
with a tenzi?
Okay.
You have to roll a tenzi on your grit.
On my grit.
Sorry, on your flight.
On my flight. Ooh, this is gonna be very impressive with my D4. I got a 2.
Okay, so that is
That's
So an 8.
profound.
no, that's
No,
only, that's
it's a
that's
failure.
8.
It's a failure. The failure's bad, but
Yeah.
not disastrous.
What was he even trying to do?
Run through a crowd.
It's okay.
I feel like we're just gonna amass a bunch of adversity tokens
So
before we
yeah,
even
so you're gonna get an adversity token,
Okay.
which was not the intention, but it's cool. You're building up. You're all getting adversity tokens.
I didn't. I succeeded.
That's
I haven't
right.
done
You
that
succeeded.
one yet.
Here's the thing I stole.
Well, now it's gonna be your turn to miss a slingshot and hit him in the head. So you both get one.
Maybe.
Yep, maybe.
Maybe later.
This isn't a serious thing, but halfway through your sprint into wherever,
You run.
you are going to run square into someone
Okay.
and fall flat on your ass.
Oof.
This must be a sizable person you ran into.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
It's Mrs. Whitaker's, the art teacher.
Oh, don't run into me! I'm Mrs. Whitaker.
it is.
I don't know what she tells him.
It is the failure is bad, but not a disaster. It's a step above. The failure is profound.
Right.
So this is like a.
It's a little granny with a cane, and she just whacks you with a cane.
This is the same failure that Jimbo had and ended up with the Shiner.
Yeah.
Oh no, it could be the bullies that are already.
Well, who is it?
No,
Yeah, okay.
You run into
it's
bullies.
Well, bullies would be a worse
a
reaction.
suit.
Okay.
So tall, general
You
looking.
mean like a denim suit?
No, not
Like
a
a
Canadian.
G-Man.
We're talking.
No, it's like a business suit guy.
Weird.
Yeah.
Do I notice that he looks very out of place here, or is he
Is
look
he wearing
normal?
Well, you notice he's out of place because you ran square into him, and
Yeah.
he was not. He's supposed to be in your running path.
Is he? Because
Um,
there's a guy in a suit at a fair market.
yeah,
thing.
he sort of looks like a.
He's here for business.
Am I getting like a?
Agent Skinner vibe.
Am I getting like the?
Fox Mulder.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sexy
Black.
Fox Mulder.
Yeah. Okay. I just kind of stare up at him in amazement, and be like,
No. He looks like one of the villains from Galaxy Defender Man.
oh my goodness.
But he's a dude in
suit. Yeah.
like a CIA type
Yeah. Yeah.
suit.
Okay. Be like. The necro
Is it Cesus?
manners.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I guess in Canada it would be CSIS.
Yeah.
I
look up.
Dear Canadian government,
Yeah.
don't send the CSIS after us, even though we're going to use them for fictional purposes.
So I look up
This is
and
the
I
Besis.
Thesis.
This episode is sponsored by Besis, the made-up fictional service company.
Yeah. So you run square into this dude, and he's
I follow
sort of
him on the bike, yeah.
he's built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah.
And
I
just
fall
doesn't
back
he
in.
like barely registers that you just collided with him.
As he turns, I kind of look up in his face.
It would be like Liam running into you.
Yeah, obviously. Happens all the time, like, watch it smell fry. No. So, I kind of, on the ground looking up, I kind of make the Galaxy Defender Man connection that he looks like the villain. I'm like, oh no, Necro Manor. But I kind of whisper it to myself, and he doesn't really register it. I'm like, so I get up and dust myself and be like, sorry sir, shocked and kind of gut around. Do I notice anything different about him? Anything extra? Any special? Pick up anything? Simple stuff. Does he have a wire coming out of his ear? Do I notice any kind of markings, tattoos?
Pack and heat that you can see.
What's that?
Pack and heat.
Yeah, is there any kind of bulging in the suit jacket which would pertain to any type of...
he is definitely
he's
got all of the bulges.
Yeah. Any wires, tattoos, anything like that?
He's got the dick.
The left fielder Trevor be like, woo woo! Woo! Come on, Trevor, you're drunk. No, I'm not. I like boys.
Trevor, that's fine. Can we just go home though? He's drunk.
He does not have an earpiece.
No.
He
has
does
an
have
owl tattoo with red radiating from his hand. Oh, wait, no, never mind.
That's
what Derek has.
Yeah, my Twin Peaksy National Treasure tattoo.
Coincidentally, of an owl.
Yeah. So no tattoos and no.
No. You do see the sort of broy tribal thing popping up here.
So popular
84?
in the 80s.
84?
Oh, yes. Oh yeah, that would have been the bro tat of the 80s. Would have been would have been.
Daryl's googling this now.
No, I'm checking something out.
Like tough guy tattoos would have been
No, that's more like prison shit.
tribal. No, tribal's like.
No, it changed. But if you're saying like 84, yeah.
He's got tribal tattoos. Leave him alone. Maybe he's a
Alright.
neighborhood.
Well, I mean,
He's a trendsetter. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So he would have, right, like a business, like
Collar.
a dress shirt, right,
Yeah.
that comes up to here, and you just see like some bits poking up here,
Yeah.
and some bits poking out of the bottom of the dress shirt.
So like over the top of his neck.
But you don't really see
I
like a
understand.
lot of tattoo, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like decently covered because
He's busy.
No,
he's
I
probably
had a friend that worked in IT that was heavily tattooed, and it was the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
like it's clearly like his job allows him to
Oh,
be
so it's not like
reasonably
it's not
tattooed.
branding. It's like these are things he chose, not
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
like this. I've proven myself as a warrior.
Yeah, no. It's just like
Okay.
like a little bit popping out and a little bit
Oh, okay,
popping out, but
We don't know it. We don't know. It could be later in the storyline.
It's not
It
like
is
glowing
part of it.
or
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
It's
no.
not like a crest of some sort of like upside down triangle.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
make any. I mean, also you're like, how old are you? 11,
13.
13, right? You're not really into tattoo culture.
Yeah.
So, and it's not, it's just like there's a little bit of tattoo, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
and a little bit.
Nothing
blah,
with
blah, blah.
meaning or anything like that. It's not
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
snake eating a snake kind of thing.
No.
It's
Well,
cool.
yeah, not.
Yeah.
You get like a centimeter above
Yep.
the collar and a centimeter below the.
Yeah.
So you're just like,
This has
oh.
been Tattoo Talk.
Yeah.
And as you bounce into him,
Yeah.
it hurts more than like running into just a fleshy
All the
bag,
other
of,
awkward people you've run into.
bag of meat sock.
Yeah.
So he probably
Excuse me. I push up my glasses back on my face. Pardon me.
so under his jacket is probably something slightly harder than just flesh.
Yeah.
But it's also not uncommon that there would be, because there was a military
Yeah.
facility that's been very recently decommissioned. You might have spooks
Yeah.
kicking around, but also they might be spooks for different purposes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you run into the meat sock, and also there happens to be some non-meat stuff.
Yeah. Oh, so okay.
But nothing like you don't go. Oh, you're clearly packing like a
a 42.
some sort of-
whatever a gun number is.
whatever. Dear Americans, please insert gun stuff here.
Yeah. What type of gun do you really have? If your
Uh,
answer is chosen on this week's game of Kids on Bikes, you
We'll
can
send
win.
you a copy of fuck all.
Yeah. You will get a empty bag. You will be the receiver of
There is
new
a
Uber
kid right
farts.
here.
You will get
Gift certificate.
you'll get $20 in Uber farts credit.
Right. So it's probably some sort of handgun.
Depending
'cause
on how
you wouldn't
how
hold.
quickly Daryl gets going on here, maybe somebody will have an Uber farts at our door and be like, "Oh, it's crazy." Anyway, sorry.
We're gonna invent this service.
Yeah, Uber farts.
I'm sending an
Uber
Uber fart
farts.
to Keith.
We'll just have Liam running all around
Yeah,
while
it's
farting
just-
at people.
It's just
Jen's gonna be like, "That's gonna be like $5 a fart."
Yeah. My kid's an
I'll be the
entrepreneur.
driver if we're in that. I'll just open up the back door. Liam runs up.
Open the back door, roll down the window, double your time. We deliver right curbside.
So-
Man, this light's taking forever.
So Zeke has run into a
Yeah, sorry.
man.
A G-man.
Yeah, I've already under my breath addressed that he looked like Galaxy Defender Man.
No, he didn't look like Galaxy Defender Man.
Oh, in the
Bad
villain,
guy.
yeah.
He looks like the polite dead
the
guy.
necromanners.
Necromanners.
Necromanners. Which is the word necro and manners put together.
Yeah, the polite dead guy.
Yeah. Right this way, please. On to your death. I'm sorry.
My coffin is this way.
Yeah, so you're gonna collide this G-Man.
Yeah.
And eventually get over to your folks, but you're gonna be rattled, but also amazed that you just saw your comic book hero's villain.
Mom, Dad, you know how I always talk about Galaxy Defender Man?
Yes, we do.
Oh God! I saw a guy who looks exactly like the Necromanters.
You saw a Necromancer.
I saw a Necromancer.
You are now believe that the.
Is there any way that Galaxy Defender Man could be based on a true story?
Zeke, ask yourself this question, dear son of mine. If it were, would it be happening to you?
I mean, yeah. Sometimes when I'm in the woods all alone,
Even your parents don't like you either.
Sometimes when I'm in the woods alone by myself, I like to think of what would I do if I was in Galaxy Defender Man, and this is what would happen in Galaxy Defender Man. You believe me, right?
Sure, son. Sure.
Yeah. I can't wait to tell all the kids.
Mommy's got a grown-up headache today.
Can I ask you who's favorite? You know how you told me you love me?
That one time. Now we're paying for it.
I love my parents. Can one of you go and drive and go get the bow and arrow from my house? I need it to impress you to make some friends.
Oh no! If we're driving, you are going to get the bow and arrow.
Can I drive? I think I'm old enough now.
You know what?
I drive.
Pardon you.
Well, then you tell him what to do, dear. I can't drive. I'm in no condition.
You always get this way when we go out. You promised me. We talked about this at the doctor when we saw the therapist. It was your idea in the first place. You weren't going to get like this.
I think this is making a little too light of a very, very real fucking issue.
Maybe.
Fair.
So funny though.
Your bike is in the back of the truck.
Okay, yeah. Can I get the keys to unlock the truck?
It's a pickup.
It's not the one with the roof up top.
You know I can't get over that tailgate.
It's got a tailgate and it's open because we've got all our
soap making
stuff.
Probably smart. I would have tried to take the truck and go. Alright, so I go into the truck. I reach it out with a lot of struggle, and the pedal kind of scrapes on my arm, leaving like a big white line, like just before you get a cut where some skin's been removed. I put it back on there, and I very hastily jump on there. I'm already winded from the run and the knockdown, and my thigh's a little sore from where I landed. But I get on my bike, I start pedaling as fast as I can, get back towards my house. I eat a fly with my mouth open. Like,
He then has a heart attack and dies.
Yeah, right.
What are you, my parents?
I'm trying to save you.
You will
from your
forever
parents.
NPC play my parents.
I don't know what we're going to do with that boy.
As a kid, I was biking down a hill and got a June bug
Right in the
right
forehead.
between the eyes,
Oh,
and it took me right off the bike. Like it was like total Matrix style. Like I was like, and then wham, and then just went, and then just like splat on the concrete.
We're going to let the viewers just kind of imagine what he was doing.
And some person who was walking down like the sidewalk down the hill, like,
Just saw you jump off your bike.
right, probably
backwards.
came over, and I'm sure it was a horrible, like, because like I had June bug, right, like just all right, like, so it just probably looked like my whole head had exploded.
Yeah, all over your T-zone.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun experience as a child for getting hit by a fly. I assume it was a June bug. I didn't really look at all the bits.
Couldn't identify it
I
afterwards.
didn't reassemble
it was
the bits and
pretty
pieces into
liquefied.
it. But I have had fly go down the throat and
Yeah.
tastes exactly like cilantro.
Mm.
Tastes awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're one of those people as well. Are there any other cilantro people?
This
I love
episode Kids on
cilantro,
Bikes not sponsored by
I like
cilantro.
cilantro.
Cilantro, go screw
I like
yourself.
cilantro.
Cilantro tastes like soap.
Yeah,
No,
it
it
tastes
does.
like bugs
It
going
tastes
down the
like
back
soap
of your
to
throat.
some people, and there's
Yeah.
like an actual reason
Us.
why. Yeah.
Genetically,
Yeah.
we're the superior
Yeah,
people.
we've got the good
Yeah.
genes.
We got the good genes.
No. That's a telltale.
I,
That's a telltale of failed genetics.
I wish I could
Can't
taste
enjoy
I got a
cilantro because people
guacamole.
describe it very.
Would I have
Tastefully.
any money? On
No.
Probably not.
No,
That's
that's why you were sticking around me, and my parents make me stick around you.
You probably spend whatever
Maybe.
money you were given earlier in the day.
We'll see.
$4.50 towards beaver tail. Being super impressed.
This is your 5th beaver tail of the
We'll get to it. Okay, so you're now
I'm done.
you're
I thought
gone.
he paid for it.
Go away,
Yeah.
Siri.
Yeah, I bet.
So, back to the...
We're gonna now come back to the three of you.
See you later.
By the time he gets back, like what time would it be?
Oh my
Is it
goodness,
almost,
5 kilometers and then round
I
trip
don't know.
on a bike.
10K on a bike.
Is it almost closing time?
It'd
10K on a bike for a guy in Zeke's
It's mostly downhill both ways.
He's falling.
I held onto a car as they went.
So I'm gonna say
Oh,
Uh,
I have a great idea.
Did they wait for me?
that he doesn't come back.
Uh-oh.
Phew.
Something happens to me in the woods.
So,
You
listen.
hit a tree
Dun, dun, dun.
So
and it eats.
so you three are gonna be doing whatever. We'll get to that in half a second.
Okay.
Which could be sped up, maybe. But as you are hanging out waiting for him to come back with the bow and arrow, he's not going to come back.
Mm.
And that's,
Alright guys, hand in your character sheet.
and yeah, hand us your character sheet. We'll rip it up and see board games.
Alright.
What? He died?
No.
No.
No, not yet.
Soon.
Completely unfair.
I
I
need
used my adversity token.
I need an NPC actor, so we'll keep his character around for a little bit longer.
Oh.
You can't come in. You couldn't come back in when game starts. You are just the NPC actor.
Just in the credits, all the NPC actors, just me.
Keith.
Yeah. Keith, and Keith.
And then Daryl as Zeke's mom.
Zeke's mom.
Zeke's alcoholic
He was
mom.
so young.
And it's going to take you about 45 minutes before you realize that he's not back yet.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't know how long it takes to bike. I'd like
10K for a kid. It wouldn't.
Well, no. So okay,
5K takes 30 minutes to run if you're a pretty good runner.
the town.
Yeah.
Hang on, I've
For
got
our
it.
American friends
I-
using other units, we don't know.
Kilometers.
It's on
No, I think it's like 3 miles for 5K. I think
no.
that's about it. No?
Something like
No,
the
it's close. It's like
it's this
It's 1.2
Yeah.
miles
From-
for 2K.
from here to here is like 3 kilometers.
Mm.
So where are we?
So he's way the hell out of town.
So you're right here.
Uh-huh.
Man, why? We assumed it was 5 kilometers.
No.
You said
Oh yeah, I said it.
No, so the whole town is 5 like
3K.
3K.
Yeah.
Across.
Yonder. Each one of these squares is 100 by 100 meters.
So where's the market square is?
Market Square. If you look at the copy that I gave you,
Oh, come
it is annotated by number 3, which is at the top of right here.
Uh-huh. That's a town hall. It doesn't say market square on here at all.
It's at no, sorry, that's number 2.
Oh, town square and market. That's over there.
That's at Street F.
Top of street F.
Yeah.
Can I just hurry up with this? I want him to die.
He's not
He's
gonna
not gonna die.
I can live just on the like outskirts of town as well, which is outside the public elementary school. Like
yeah, you can. The map is left vague enough that you can fill in that as a team. We'll fill it in as we go.
He lives far enough away that after half an hour, we're like, even Zeke should really have been back by now.
Yeah.
Or close enough.
I'm exaggerating because I don't really understand kilometers.
Sure. I guess this in the 80s, if you were 10 in the 80s, you probably would have been introduced to distance with the stupid imperial system.
No.
5 kilometers is 3.107 miles.
It was late.
That's right.
They were starting to get people metrics
I always
before.
think that, like, because 100 kilometers an hour is like 60 miles an hour. Cause,
roughly.
Like, roughly, yeah. Because they're always, go to 60 miles an hour. I'm like, doesn't seem all that fast.
No. Because it was right around the time that I got my license, which was like 77. That they went over to kilometers per hour on road signs.
Yeah, and so he would have been.
But
3 or 4 in 77.
Right, but in the school system, they were introducing metric in Ontario.
Yeah.
Before that, and slowly switching us all over.
The problem with gaming in Canada, we have to know imperial and metric.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, so in the time it takes us to do a little thing, we're going to be like, hey, he hasn't come back yet.
Yep.
So while he's gone, I'm going to take the necklace out and be like, listen, Millie, Zeke didn't want me to let you know, but he bought you this.
What? Is it the necklace that you stole?
Yeah. You didn't see me do that.
Oh. But was it from? I thought it was from the fish tap. The
No.
It was from the booth next door.
Booth next door.
Okay, because I would have.
He would have recognized it. No, he didn't.
He's like, yeah, he wanted me to hang on to this. I'm not going to give it to you yet because he doesn't want you to have it yet, but he bought it for you. So it's been kind of awkward.
And he's like, oh, okay. Well, I guess he's not coming back.
Yep, that exchange took out now. Well, I mean, you know him.
I'm taking
I don't really know.
I don't really know him either.
I'm taking a snooze on the dirt road.
Looking forward to getting to know his bow and arrow.
Millie, the queen of puberty. Holy Moses. Oh my goodness. Well, Zeke was very excited to get to know your slingshot.
I picture Millie. It probably.
I'm pretty sure Zeke was very excited to use his bow and arrow on your cans all the time.
Oh, bow, chicka bow, bow.
So we're gonna in the whatever 30 minutes ish that
we're gonna
hop over to James.
Zach trying to keep back his laughter because of his mind translating her comments.
I double over for 30 minutes and then we're like, hey, Zeke hasn't come back.
So we're gonna hop over to James.
Yeah.
Who?
Hold on. Just before that happens. That's as much as we can play without copyright infringement.
Right.
We'll
play the video backwards at that point. So that
Alright, so it's come back to me. I'm looking around. What time is it? Is it like getting close where people are all starting to take off?
Sure. It's like 8:45.
Okay. Did
8:30 maybe?
Did me and David walk here, or did our parents just?
I don't know.
Probably walk.
Your chauffeur.
The local chauffeur.
Walk.
Considering how close how small the town is.
Yeah. Where do you live on the map? Did you walk? Did
Probably
you walk?
close to the center.
He probably lives in the posh part of town where the squares are bigger.
Actually, what's the old section of the town? The smaller grid?
The test facility is up here.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to go on.
Yes, the test facility is there. The hospital's right here.
What hospital?
The
I
hospital.
think he might need it.
The general hospital's right here.
No. I've got like a black eye and maybe a bruised cheek.
So
I
like
said
this.
he might need it.
Yeah, Keith is dead. He might
We don't know.
This
Alright,
would have been
I think
like
a tree
old
murdered him.
residential area,
Yeah, because I'm thinking that's
and
where
you're over here.
I don't think our house would be in the newer section of town. I think we would still have like a big house in the old section of town.
Oh, maybe near town hall.
Like, more
So,
depending
like,
but yeah, I mean it's
like big log house.
if it's like 3 kilometers across the town.
Liam
It's
thinks
the
everyone lived
80s.
in log houses in the 80s.
No.
We were still a couple years till log houses happened. We were living in mud huts.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Really?
No.
So we live in a mud hut.
The biggest. The biggest,
No.
best
We
mud
actually had a log cabin because
A giant
we
igloo.
had money.
Again, as per the team brewing rules, you get to create your own backstory.
No, I
So-
would say that we kept the house that we had and probably
Yeah.
added on to it.
Sure.
So I
And
probably
that's
have, like,
maybe
2
a
or 3
click
more
it-
rooms.
a click and a half from town square. So yeah, I think our parents would have just been like, okay, like off you go. We'll see you when you get back.
Which was the point of the 80s, was being able to just bike wherever you wanted to go in town.
Yeah, I don't think we biked though. I think we
walked.
walked.
Sure.
Or would you rather?
Would
you have
Can't see
bugged me
James
that
in
you
his
want a
long
bike?
coat on a bike.
Yeah.
Slapping it.
I probably bugged you and then rang it, but we still walked.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we walked, and so I'm going to start looking around. I've kept him in my peripheral vision. I know he's not coming back. I'm just going to grit my teeth and go over. So, you.
Yes?
I actually had a
Oh, you're
plan.
talking to him.
Who are you?
I'm Zach.
Hi, I'm James.
Hi, how's it going?
All right. I've had better days, but then whatever.
Can I just why not?
We should start thinking about heading back home soon.
But there's gonna be bows and arrows and slingshot. Whispering is really hard to pick up on. Not for
And I'm making a
stupid
point,
loud on this thing.
and I'm making a point of not looking at Millie.
You know what?
Millie's crossing her arms.
Great.
What?
I
Yeah.
found purpose again.
Time to go?
I'm sensing some
Time
tension.
to go.
David, do you feel tension anywhere? Is there, like tension between people? People around us? I'm not tense. Are you tense? Millie, are you tense? Millie? James, Millie, are you guys tense? Bye!
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Give it 3 years.
Yeah. So, punch anybody in the nose lately?
I come back. Then I run off again.
Like, what do you care?
You been at baseball teams lately?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Dishing you teams lately?
So, like, you send those jerks after me?
What jerks?
Team tried to rough me up tonight.
Well, I didn't have anything to do with that.
Alright, if you say so.
Can I start bugging him about that I really want to go
Yeah.
fishing?
Yeah.
David, can I please go fishing? I really want to go fishing. Please.
You're
I
David,
wanna
he's
go
James.
Oh.
fishing.
This close to bedtime.
I'm not tired. Please. I want to go fishing.
You are not
Can I
very
bring
subtle,
Millie?
buddy.
Can I go fishing with Millie?
I think Millie would rather fish with me than fish alongside me.
Huh?
Use him as bait.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. I leave again.
Can I just go dash to my bike? Just like.
We just said that we walked.
Yeah, you guys
No,
walked to the...
but I bring.
He brought his bike while you walked.
He walked his bike
Yeah.
while we walked.
Yep.
Because I really wanted to.
He was planning ahead in case he
But
could
you-
bike somewhere else.
So, would I have to roll to run?
No.
Oh, well then.
Do you have polio?
Are you geriatric?
He meant roll.
Basically, I see he's about to dash, and it's just like wham, grabbing him by the collar.
All right.
Because this is where you really want to be talking to her. You don't want to follow him away.
No, it's just I don't trust that I can keep up to the little bugger.
Okay. It's going to be at this point that you realize that Zeke
that one.
should have returned with a bow and also an arrow.
Yeah, that's really the only reason I'm sticking
Hopefully
around is because
multiple arrows.
he probably just has one arrow.
It's probably like he like shoots a boomerang.
So I'm like, it's awfully quiet and peaceful around here. How come Zeke isn't bothering me yet? What has happened? But I don't know if it's the kind of thing I would bring up to these people. Maybe to Millie. That fat kid's not back. I mean, Zeke, I'm just
Yeah, I wonder where he is. Really looking forward to shooting some cans.
Shooting, like putting cans on arrows and shooting them,
Yes.
and then hitting people in the head with.
Yep.
Despite his lack of athleticism, I say this as an 11-year-old. He would be back by now. I've seen him hustle across town for a Galaxy Defender man in less time than this. But I'm enjoying the peace and quiet. So
I'm struggling to go get my bike. Because I'm like, kind of.
You are being restrained by your
So he's
Can
got
I-
like windmill arms right now.
slightly older brother.
Can I like smack him?
Yes. Show us how it's done in real life.
Practice.
Yep. You need to roll.
what's the difficulty to escape from the grip, I think is...
Where are you being held? Where is he being held?
On his
I grabbed
Like
him
the
by the
back
back
of his neck?
by the back of his shirt collar.
Shirt.
Like I've got the hand down and wrapped around it.
All right. Let's say you need to roll an 8
on whatever you want.
on your fight,
Fight? Oh, I only have a 6.
Well, you
So
said
you might
you're going to
explode.
try and
but
hit
you
me.
also have an adversity token,
And you could explode your 6.
and you could explode. If you roll a
Why
6,
not brawn? Because like how powerful I can hit him.
What's your
Yeah,
brawn?
You're not going to get a running leap at me when you're within arm
What
distance.
about if he wriggles out of his shirt?
Oh,
Yes.
half naked kid running through.
That would probably
Yeah.
be
Can I
flight.
like
I would say
get
flight.
out of my shirt and then run and yeah.
Then there's just this teenager holding a little kid's shirt in the middle
Well,
of a fair.
Well, at that point, he's got evidence. He tried.
Yeah.
so tell me
Give
how
my
you
best.
want to get out of
Just like kind of like
this situation.
just like kind of
I've seen it
And
done.
then-
All right.
And then
As
can
soon as I
get
see his
out?
arms go, I switch and I grab him by the neck.
Well, okay, so
No. His back is to me. I
uh,
would not put him into a chokehold.
okay, you need to roll an 8 on your flight.
Flight. Good. Please give me a 7. 12!
And roll again.
Well, 13. 7.
So
So that's-
13
So
plus
20 in total.
Yeah,
Which
Profound success.
Is that a 21 though, because you're +1? Or do you get a +1?
That
No,
was
I
a
have
12,
a
wasn't
it
it?
was
It's a 12,
12 and
a
7
7
plus
and
1.
then...
Oh,
so
yeah, I
Yeah,
plus
20 total.
Right.
I'm not
so
sure.
that's 12 over.
Yep.
So you succeed quite easily in sliding out of, I assume, what would have been a
Michael
wildly
Jackson t-shirt.
oversized suit or shirt,
Yeah.
like 3
You
sizes
got
too big
all
for you.
his hand-me-downs of like any kind of color.
So, yeah, you get out of the hold before he can secure you further,
Yeah, tell us what happened.
and then now you get to run away with the story
So I run to my bike.
with no shirt on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there the story ends.
With him poised at the bike.
Where? Like, why are you running to your bike?
The end.
What's the goal?
To get my bike and go back.
All he wanted to do was grab his
To
bike
collect
and
his
come
shirt.
back. Yeah. Now he's got
Yeah.
his bike.
And
and his
I'm
shirt
just like slack jawed, like
That works. Kids are kind of unpredictable like that.
All right.
He struggles as hard as he wiggles out of his shirt to run to get his bike to come back to where he was.
So yeah.
That's all you want to do. Get your bike
Come back.
at the bike rack.
Yep.
And then
and walk back over beside Millie.
Put his shirt back on.
All right.
Flexing a little bit for Billy, just like, what's up? Just say anything you like.
All right. So it's gonna be at.
I just kind of shake my head, and it's like, here, give him his shirt back.
But I'm kind of like riding my bike, so I kind of just like grab it off.
Are you taking your bike and going somewhere?
Or are you just still hanging with Millie to bug me?
Hang with Millie to bug him.
Of course.
I put my shirt back on so I don't get frostbite.
All right. Well, I mean, it's not not that cold.
It's summertime.
It's
It's August. It's August.
it's a bit. It's like 10 Celsius, 15 Celsius. I'll actually look it up and we can.
It is normal summertime
Yeah,
temperature.
it's
for
normal.
Northwest
Now-
Territories.
Can I
Normal
ask
weather.
Millie if she wants to go fishing?
If you want to,
Want to go
you
fishing?
gotta role play it though.
Hey Millie, want to go fishing?
It's too dark to fish right now, bud.
Oh.
Well,
Probably not too dark. It's
No.
probably the wrong time of the day.
It's,
yeah, that's what I meant.
Want to go
But-
fishing
I need to
tomorrow?
like research fishing.
You'd probably be like,
It's not fish feeding time.
you'd be like, it's too late
fish,
to fish.
Yeah, fish won't be biting right now.
I think. I don't actually know. I can call a buddy.
What was the point of getting my bike then?
We don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
You have your bike now.
Can you
though.
do a wheelie to impress everybody? That would need a skill roll and everything.
What skill would that probably be?
That's a very good question.
Would it be flight?
No.
Nope.
Charm?
It is gonna be, yes, it's gonna be a charm and it's gonna be a solid 20.
To pull like a super awesome wheelie that everyone's
to
impressed.
pop a wheelie, it's gonna be a 20. Here, the bike's gonna explode.
3.
17.
He's sitting there like,
profound
hey guys,
failure.
look at this.
Yeah.
He's just like lifting his arm up.
No, profound failure.
You know what? I'm gonna use one of my whatever they're called.
Adversity
It's
tokens?
not going to take it
turn
above
it from-
profound.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Do not
I wouldn't
use it.
waste it. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna You're not using your adversity token.
It would put it up to like a 6.
You are going to wipe out. Probably pop a tire. Give yourself a flat. Maybe bend a spoke. As you try to impress your social group minus Zeke, because Zeke's delayed getting
conspicuously
his
absent.
bow and arrow. But I'll let you talk through. So you're biking.
Kind of
You're about to pull a wheelie, and it goes
And then
horribly
like-
wrong.
it kind of like goes out in my hands and then goes kind of flying, hits a tree, and I go face first with no helmet on, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
of course not.
Oh, you
That
wouldn't
was
have
the
a helmet.
80s.
Oh yeah,
80s.
not in the 80s. No such thing as
Did
a
you
helmet.
had you put your shirt back on yet? Because
Yeah.
that would be pretty.
All right,
No.
all right.
Ray drove his bike into a tree trying to do a wheelie. I am endlessly entertained by these people.
Okay, we will leave it at you've got cuts and scratches,
And my tree,
and your bike
has,
is now less than operable.
and the tree is less than operable because it was a very nice bike,
Tree
and
crashed
I
to the
got it
ground.
yesterday.
Yeah, sure. Well, with the roll you just rolled, yes, the tree probably exploded and took your bike with it.
And
Okay.
no, and then a wheel just rolls back to me. I pick it up.
I'll let that happen. Sure.
We're cutting to Zeke.
No, Zeke's gone missing.
I say,
You know, I feel like this is a problem for his parents.
Should alert the proper authorities and then wait.
I am confused, but not worried.
Yeah.
Now, did you actually say anything about him missing?
I did.
Yeah, he said
Alright.
something.
I said, "Hey Millie, I think Zeke is taking a long time," and
And they have a closed casket funeral. Okay, let's bring kids on bikes, guys.
then David ran for his bike and came back and crashed into a tree.
Yeah,
He was like, "Well, that was great, but Zeke's still missing."
I mean, this is like, maybe like 2 minutes later.
Yep.
2 minutes after you said Zeke's taking a while,
Okay,
he crashed his bike, and you're just like, all right,
So Zeke's still taking a while.
yeah.
can I go dashing to the tree to get the usable things on my bike?
Like what? What's usable on your bike?
Like chain?
No,
Come on.
chain's not usable anymore. The horn might be usable.
But you will have to make horn noises. Why don't you dazzle us with one of your great impressions?
And to do a horn solo.
Is your
Mount, mount.
All right.
Hooks?
I heard Zeke somewhere. Oh no, Trevor. Sorry.
It was, I made it using the horn of one of the old cars that, yeah.
What?
It's an Aruga horn.
No, like
So-
a horn
An
of,
air horn.
Knowing
Like a car-
Zeke's
no,
parents
never mind.
and my parents, given the fact that I don't know where he is currently, I will probably not hear the end of it if
Yep,
I don't solve that.
that's correct.
So I'm like,
You did seem pretty excited to get back.
Yeah, he really did.
did he maybe destroy his bike in a tree?
I don't feel like morally obligated, but more like ethically. This again, I'm 11. I feel like my parents are probably going to be upset if he is dead somewhere. So
That's not ethically that's dealing with understanding that
Consequences.
you will be punished harder.
yeah, ethics rather than moral, or legal, I guess. Legally, I'm just whatever. So yeah, I feel probably like it's in my best interest to find out what happened to him.
All right.
But I'm like, That means work. It means I've got to do a thing.
All right.
Unless I can convince someone else to go do a thing for me.
Well, that requires role playing.
Yes.
If you want to convince someone to do things, or if you want to convince a group of people to do things, that requires...
What say we all go see what happened to Zeke? I say convincingly.
Well, how about you roll a 6 on your charm?
Fishing tackle lady, former baseball guy, little child I just met. Let's go see where my friend is.
Yeah, why not?
So you want a 6 on charm?
Sure.
Charm is not something I'm great at. Is there no way I can use flight here?
I mean, if you can tell me why you think flight's a better thingamajig.
What is your...
My charm is actually 12. It's
It's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. I probably am used to talking people into doing things because...
And while you're rolling dice...
You're hitting the can?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Well...
What'd you get? What?
I got an adversity token.
Wait, did I? Oh, I have a second adversity token because
Yep,
I
so
blew
you're
up
at 2.
bike.
So I'm
Blew up
like...
a bike.
For this being called Kids on Bikes, we're all really bad at being on bikes. I disappeared while I was on a bike. He hit a tree on a bike.
No,
Kids off bikes, man.
Kids off.
Moral of the story is kids don't get exercise. Stay at home. It's safe there.
I could be playing pole position right now.
Oh, points for period preference.
Mm. So, guys, do you want to help me find Zeke? I'm not even convinced I want to go, but I'm like, because if I can convince you to do it, there's a chance that I can bail out at some point, and then I can be like, I sent some people to find him. I don't know where he is.
No, you'd still get in trouble.
Want my parents to come in?
I don't know.
Where's my child?
Your parents are freaking out.
Yeah.
It's been
Probably
20
not.
minutes.
They don't care either.
So, I'm unconvincing.
What did you actually roll?
I rolled a 2. Plus 1.
And it was 6.
Yes. So
No, it's a failure, but it's not that bad because it's
I
only 2.
failed by 3 on a 6.
What was your
Result?
dice roll?
My dice roll was 2, and then there's plus 1 for being a child.
And what was your die you were allowed to roll?
A D12.
And I said D6.
You said 6 was the goal.
Yeah.
So you could, as a planned action, take your half result.
Which would have
succeeded.
Oh. Is that still an option?
Yeah. I didn't see your roll die.
All right. Well, I planned very carefully how I'm going to tell these people how.
Because you've been thinking about it.
Yeah,
I'm
You-
crying about my bike.
You have been like he should have been back like 15, 20 minutes ago.
And I don't want to go
Yeah.
at all.
But it's so you've been like mulling and humming and hawing and you're probably now at a point where you're like, man, I'm gonna get grounded so hard.
I'm going to have to mow so many lawns.
I'm going to have to get so many new customers.
So then my speech is like, fellow children's and teens, are we not all responsible for the let's go find Zeke. Like, I don't know what I would actually say to convince these people, but apparently if I wait long enough, I can.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So,
Soon we're going to find his dead body.
no, that's a hard no. Not today, anyway.
Not on my watch. I'm like, you know what? Let's go find Zeke and his bow and arrow and see what's taking so damn long. And because I swore as an 11-year-old, you guys are like, oh, we should go. And he wants to go. and then you're like, well, if he's going,
Yeah.
No, she is going because you swore.
I'm going because you said bow and arrow.
No. So, bow and arrow, she's going.
It's not even funny anymore. It's just...
It's just a thing.
So, she's going for the bow and arrow. I'm going because she's going, and he has to go because I'm gone.
Yep.
We nailed it.
Because we already know you can wiggle out of your shirt.
Can I just get the unassuming ability? Because, well, I wiggled out of my shirt.
There's nothing unassuming about an 8-year-old. They're very,
Especially
very
if they're
assuming.
half-naked. Half-naked 8-year-olds are not very unassuming.
They're very loud.
Yeah. No, I guess that's sort of like the boundary of they've become an assuming naked child versus like I think when I was like whatever, there's that age where you're a kid where you just always run around naked.
Yes, I remember being 22.
That was last week for you.
You're 23?
No. 29.
Holy guacamole.
Holy guacamole, he's 29.
Speaking of guacamole, I could really go for some.
I don't have any, I'm sorry.
Neither do I, which is
Cilantro free guacamole.
obviously
Just mashed cilantro. My favorite. So I successfully convinced y'all to come with me. Somehow.
Yep.
Let's march the 1.2 kilometers to Zeke's house. Who wants to carry me? I'm not that laid back. Laid back and lazy are not the same thing.
Hey guys, I'm over here. No, I'm just kidding.
I twisted my ankle and they're bleeding everywhere.
I've been hanging out the whole time.
I think I'm missing a foot.
So
apparently, riding on your bike with a bow and arrows is very unsafe. 3 of them impaled me as I fell off my bike.
The bow
Pretty
twisted.
sure my femur's broken.
You got the bow twisted in your wheel and you just did a head over the top of the bike.
Okay, so y'all are gonna go.
Probably all she cares is the bow and arrow probably got broken from that.
That's fair.
Go to
Zeke's house, because where else would he go?
Zeke's house. Alright, so we'll say you've walked for the however long that takes.
Do we want to? What conversations do we have on the way there?
No. I'm gonna he's just gonna be like
I'm just
ho
pouting
hum
about
something Nick
Yeah.
my
Cave,
boss.
la di da, sunny day real estate.
Zach is talking about pizza mouthfeel.
It's the one thing he's obsessed about.
Monster trucks.
Video games.
Video games.
Very clearly. What's your top score on pole position? 2?
So we will fast forward a few minutes. Yeah. As you walk down the street to Zeke's.
Zeke's house, which was
Zach?
originally
Zach.
10 kilometers away. Zach.
He's
Zeke.
Yeah, right. Okay.
No,
It's
was
5 kilometers away
it? It was
originally.
5. 'cause
Wonderful.
it was-
Right.
Yeah.
But the town is only 3.
Yeah,
Right, so
I know.
because it's probably 1 kilometer at the most, he didn't need his bike in the first place.
No, he wanted to do it fast and get back.
It's
true.
like basically walking from here to
Brings up the
Round
other
table.
question why his
Yeah,
parents drove
not
in the first
even.
place.
the border.
It's like-
Because
Well, they had a ton of stuff to do.
they
so-
have,
Okay, all right,
were
it all makes
vendors
sense.
at the
Soapstone.
It
Soapstone.
stands to scrutiny, I'm wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So we basically like walk from here to the bookstore.
Okay.
That's how far you've got to go. Maybe a little bit further.
Cool.
I'll be on. 1.5 kilometers, maybe. It's probably
Do we
still
see a
kilometer.
dead body?
Do we see a live body?
So you get
Do
there.
we
Do we
see
see-
anybody?
Is there any lights on in the house?
There's no lights. Garage door is wide open.
It's the 80s, right?
It's the 80s.
So just open his door because it's clearly unlocked.
Is his bike in the garage though? Like,
Yeah, is his bike there?
anywhere?
Yeah, his bike is front at the front door.
It's propped up with a kickstand. It's pristine.
Oh, yeah. Right. Sorry. Yes. He's got a CCM 12-speed
Nice.
bike on the kickstand.
Rocking.
It's on the kickstand and it's in like a
Banana. Banana like chair, whatever it's called.
Oh, no.
banana seat.
No,
Not in the 80s. That was 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
I knock on the door.
After I've opened it.
I had a banana seat.
I knock on the air right
And the
when you open it.
Yeah, he opens it and he's like,
The property seems pretty devoid.
Zeke.
Sorry.
You made me walk all the way over here. Where are you at? I'll go check his room. Where else would he be?
That's a very good question.
I'll go check his room.
It's empty.
No bed?
Well, there's a bed.
No Zeke.
No Zeke.
Alright.
No dresser? Where does he get changed in the morning?
Can I listen to see if I hear a TV?
That's very specific.
Well, you might.
You don't even have to roll. You don't hear TV.
No, you don't hear a TV.
Good.
So were all the lights off?
He doesn't have.
All
a
the
TV.
lights were off. Except as you walk up, the security motion sensor light on the garage goes bloop.
So I come back down and I'm like, I don't know where he is.
Is there a
Where-
basement?
Might be.
We didn't see anything on the
no.
road.
No, there's no basements.
No,
in
he
Alistair's.
definitely was here because his bike is here. Where would he keep his bow and arrow? Let's just take it and go.
hey, I'm up for that.
Ouch.
Well, I'll see you guys next week. Just gonna get a head start on traffic.
I'll take his bike.
Oh.
Another
there's-
bike to try.
Local child murdered. House burglarized.
By his friends. Ish.
By the kids he is aware of.
Okay.
So we
Is-
checked every room.
Is it a dirt driveway? Dirt road? Is it
You think he might be buried in the
Mostly things
No.
are going to be
dirt?
gravel and
Yeah.
dirt.
Okay.
Oh no, he was our scout though. He's supposed to be tracking for us.
Yeah. Does it look like there's been any disturbance in the driveway, or like showing a kid being dragged by his supine body and thrown into a car?
I would not say supine.
It's a big
Prone,
struggle.
yes. Supine, no.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Like the driveway is
It's gravel.
it's gravel and wildly disturbed.
Guys, this looks weird.
It looks like we keep driving in and out of here. Is that what you mean? Like it looks like it's been used by cars, or does it look like there's been a scuffle and all the gravel is?
I would say it looks like it's been used by cars aggressively.
Oh, someone's peeled out here.
Yes.
That's radical, or possibly gnarly.
Tubular.
Bitchin'.
I'm just gonna grab his bike.
Me.
His bike is locked up, I'm sure.
We're gonna carry 2 bikes, one in each arm.
His bike got broke.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
never mind.
his
Yeah.
bike exploded horribly by accident.
When I tried to do a
From
really
your-
deep-
I'm
Yeah,
13 years
12 really.
old. You're 8, or no? Yeah, I'm 13. You're 8. It doesn't fit you.
Yeah.
He's a big kid too.
Yeah.
He's probably got a grown-up bike.
I got long
for a
legs for.
an adult
Yeah.
bike.
I got a
How old's the
disproportionately
bike?
large
Like,
legs
an
for my
adult?
character.
Or-
Won't
The
fit.
bike is adult. It's
Oh,
20 years.
adult size.
It's a grown-up bike.
Yeah, it's a grown-up bike.
You thought you
It's
meant
not
it
a-
had, like,
Triple X rated bike.
This bike just hatched yesterday.
This bike can drink.
Well,
Okay,
so
I will follow.
Guys,
the
I am
track.
missing, and you guys are talking about what my bike can do.
this doesn't look all that good. I mean, maybe it's fine.
No, this is kind of weird. I mean, like you said, he was getting the bow and arrow, and he was all excited, and he wanted to
I'm gonna grab my
hang with you
flashlight out.
guys.
Yeah.
And
Would
like,
at this time my parents be pulling into the driveway?
Or maybe we would go back to tell them. or
Not
something.
quite
No.
yet, but
They
they're
would have had to like, pack things up.
Yeah.
they're not really aware that you've.
They don't care.
I mean, it's
They
small town in
usually
the '80s, and you've been missing for
An hour.
20 minutes.
maybe an hour.
tops an hour.
Yeah.
So that's not really missing. That's more like
Where the hell is that?
that's standard fare
Lost.
in small towns.
It might not be standard fare for Zeke, but it's standard fare for kids.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab my flashlight out of my
Backpack.
my fanny pack that has the
Okay.
symbol.
Your tactical fanny pack.
The symbol of what?
Sports team.
What was the sports team name?
The Nighthawks.
No.
What was it called? What was the team name?
It was like
I believe it was the...
Nighthawks!
That was poorly timed. You really
I
need to
was
get
trying
that
to
out
get to it.
faster.
I was trying
Wait,
to
what
get
was it called? No, sorry, I didn't hear you. What was it called?
Twice.
So yeah.
So you got your flashlight.
I have a
out.
flashlight, a spare baseball, a ton of stuff.
Okay,
What
what
are
are
you
you
doing with the
What are you
flashlight?
doing with the flashlight?
Is it?
It's still not dark out.
Well, I'll put it back.
I make spooky faces for a little bit to entertain the crowd, and then I put it
Well,
back.
you could if there's dark corners in like the garage.
Yeah,
you
sure.
could shine
Yeah,
it in
because,
the
I
dark
mean-
corners.
It might be dark in some spots in the garage.
Well,
Yes.
the responsible thing would be to go back and tell his parents.
What are
Like,
you
this
guys actually
kid's
gonna
not
do?
I don't
wrong,
know.
but He's not at all
This
calling
is-
the police.
This is more work than I wanted to do.
Why did he have to get his bow and arrow?
Because he was trying to impress Millie.
Maybe he just
The
was
girl
trying
with
to
his
bond
dreams.
with another human being. Maybe.
He's trying to expand his.
Friend circle from
Friend-
1 into 2. I've doubled!
This is what you get. It's the most effort you have to put in for anything.
And now he's missing.
Well, I'll
Shows
teach
me
you.
Well-
for making friends.
Is there tracks? Can we follow?
Does it
them?
look like the aggressive tire tracks peel off in a direction?
Yeah, back into town.
Oh,
Well,
Let's go back.
thus
to
ends
town.
my friendship with Zeke. I don't know, like, should we go back and tell his folks?
I'm gonna grab
Could I
a little
have
notepad
left
and a
something
pen
like
and write.
when the hobbits are being pulled over to Isengard, he like takes off the little brooch and puts it on the ground. Literally, I watched a movie of that yesterday.
I know.
Leaves the little brooch on the ground. They find. They're like, oh, the hobbits went this way. No, all right. There's no notes, no nothing, no
No,
hobbit brooch.
you're.
I'm just gone. Well, it's been fun playing, guys.
No, you're.
You're
Can I
alive.
grab
You-
my notepad, a pencil, with an eraser,
Yeah.
and draw a gravestone that says R.I.P.
You're not
And whatever
making
his
notes of what
name
the
is.
tracks look like.
Hey, I thought he was gonna be like, oh,
Just
it's
leave it
like
for my
literally-
parents, and they're like, "What morbid, sick person would do this?"
Especially if something does happen.
And just
So-
like kind of like get like a pen and just like put it on their house. Just
You see James looking at you and just going,
He's not that dark.
We're sorry your son is dead. So I close the door. We leave the house the way we found it.
Okay.
And
except for the note.
I.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
if you weren't going to take it, I was.
Hundo P on that.
I
Parents just
let
grieving.
David believe that his note has been left on the door, and then after he turns, I'm like, let's take your note to his parents.
Let's rub it in their face personally.
So yeah, and then like I suggest we head back to the market because
Can I have some money?
Why?
It's like
There's nothing here.
There's nothing to buy in the area.
Need a new bike.
You know what? I don't need these people. I'm just gonna walk back to the market.
Your brother just doesn't care around. You're what, 14?
Yeah, I'm 14. I
He
don't
doesn't
carry
have, like,
around
Break
walking
to
around
our house
money.
and ask one
Why
of our
you-
parents
No.
for some
No.
money.
Your parents live on the other side of town.
They might even be out of town this weekend.
There's good reason for
on
that.
business.
We've got a mystery to solve.
Okay, I just wanted a bike. Maybe we should do the mystery of fixing my bike. That would be a good mystery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Child slain. The child gets paid.
Headline: Child's bike blown up. Also, Zeke dead.
comic book nerds sacrificed to the dark forces. Cthulhu rampage.
I love how committed Liam is to the on bikes part of the kids on bikes. I can't be on a bike without a bike.
Don't worry, we'll get you a bike.
Yep.
I'll solve your bike problem
Can
soon
it be a
enough.
motorbike?
No.
Like
Not till you're 12.
12 weeks later, and finally we went to the store after a traumatic experience and bought Liam a bike. David a bike.
Yay! Best
What
part
a
of
happy
the adventure.
conclusion.
Okay.
I'm
so,
fairly certain your parents will just buy you another bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
You are acting as a spoiled child, which is pretty much
no.
for character. I know this person's
it wasn't
I'm-
necessarily going to be, but that's what it is.
I don't usually get to act like a spoiled child.
Oh, sure you don't.
looking
I
over.
feel like that was supposed to be an insult, but it wasn't.
It wasn't, but was. But wasn't.
Way to be a proper parent, Jen.
Well, we
God.
didn't have any money.
Oh, jeez.
Nobody has any.
Well,
Clack!
Welcome to adulthood.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Okay,
you think anyone on
so-
the planet has
so
Why do
Here-
you think we're playing a game that's on? You had to buy one book for, and then you just need dice for. You know, we're not
Hey.
going. We're not golfing. Sorry.
Golf,
It'd be
okay.
a shitty day for
Okay,
golf
Liam
anyways.
has his own golf clubs.
Oh, you
I feel
do.
like I
Do spoil
should
them.
point that out in the spoiling Liam.
I have money. Liam has no golf club.
Golf clubs.
So I-
Fisher
she
Price plastic
has
ones.
barely
No.
any of
Whether or
it.
not they're still fighting at the house, I'm walking back to the market.
Yeah, no, I'm walking back and I'm just like lecturing you on, you don't put freaking gravestones on somebody's house. That's creepy.
I mean, it's a really well-drawn gravestone. You should maybe join the AV club.
when you get to high school. Anyway, so we're on our way back.
Are we close to packing up time at this point? I mean, Millie might just want to be going back just so that she can help her parents pack up.
Yeah, we're probably close to.
But also, I'm keeping my eye on the road to see if I see their truck go by. His parents.
Yeah, we want to catch them on the way if they...
Right, sure. Yeah, they're probably still packing up.
by the time we get back.
They would not be. The market will be like shutting down. There's probably a person or two still like haggling the old lady about the price of the thingamajigs.
I want fishing line, damn it.
So people are now just starting to, put stuff in boxes.
So I will
That's
find...
funny.
We'll find
No.
his parents' booth. Wherever it is.
All right. So are you with them still? You're
I'm
dragging
following
him,
her, which
or
he's
he's
probably
following her.
me.
It's proper, like, Dungeon Warrior or Dragon Warrior 1, where it's like one person then the other. They're all following in a line.
Right. Just in a line. Nope, not buddy system, but
Nope.
just like.
Yep.
Okay.
She's following me for the bow and arrow. He's following her, and he's following him.
Making sure he doesn't bugger off again. Okay. So as you come into the market,
Yeah.
you get through the gates, and then there's like the first chunk of vendors. And then there's a bunch of people have pulled their trucks in to start boxing stuff up, and come through that. And there's maybe like 20 feet of space between like all the big old pickup trucks and roughly the area where the food vendors would be. Dead middle of that is Zeke just standing there. Zeke? Yeah, right. Standing there. Looks kind of soaking wet. Kind of zoned out. Is just standing there, like, not doing things. Right? Like, just casually, just like, herp-de-derp.
Well, now that we found
Doesn't have a bow and arrow.
Millie's
I'm out.
So
just standing.
Well, I'll walk over to him and I'll be like, hey buddy.
Huh?
Where'd you go?
Go. Where'd you go? Where did
Those
you go?
were the words I'd said. Where did you go?
Oh, yeah.
You look
Man.
like you wet yourself. I got him. I knew Zeke's still in there.
Yeah, very wet. Very. Oh, eyes go real wide and glaze right over.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm good. And like look at my hands, kind of like inspect both sides. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm okay.
You been hanging out with the baseball team?
No baseball team. Go Hawks! And
Hey, let's go see your parents.
Parents.
And I just like kind
parents. Yeah, he's like drags me over. Yeah.
I drag the guy who is basically twice as heavy as me, and I'm just like, ugh. I'm a scrawny kid too.
Do I have like, other than being wet, do I have any like sore lesions, any puncture holes, anything like that?
Not that you notice.
Okay.
Probably you don't feel like you've been.
I ask what happened.
He's not gonna know right now.
I don't know.
What was the last thing you remember?
I was on my bike.
Yeah, we found your bike at home.
I was walking to my house. And I was thinking about Galaxy Defender Man.
This doesn't surprise me.
And his upcoming wedding with Nestrana.
Man, whoever writes your comic books. Galaxy Defender Man, Necro Banners, the bad guy.
That's probably my favorite bad guy name.
And Nestrana.
There's a pencil right here, so that you can violate my pencil by writing Nestrana.
Is that yours or mine?
I brought that from
mine.
my house.
There's mine.
What was
It's
the
like
other
he's
one?
writing it in his
Necromanners?
I will kill you, but politely. Please put your hands against me.
So I was thinking about Galaxy Defender Man and his upcoming wedding with his wife, Nestrana. And,
They're having a wedding. It's issue 5. They're getting the wedding stuff. Man, this comic is not going to last. All right.
Then there was this light, and it was kind of close, and it got brighter and brighter, and then I was here.
And that's where we'll end today's session.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I don't get it.
We don't know yet. We gotta find
Because
it.
it's a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And now I have to go home and learn about fishing lures.
For how many times it's going to come up again.
I gotta come up with a bunch of new names for the other things in Galaxy Defender Man.
You basically have to write this whole comic book series.
Yeah. Just like,
Necromancer. Like how it's not quite necromancer.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something.
Manners.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at that.
Stay tuned. What was it?
Galaxy Defender Man.
Yeah, stay tuned for the thrilling
Conclusion.
next part of Galaxy Defender Man. Same galactic time.
Same Defender channel.
Same Defender channel.